getting started, everyone. Just hold on. Okay. Got this set up. So I should probably. Okay. Yeah, we're almost getting there, so. Almost there. Okay, just remember how to do things. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, I think I'm about ready, so let's open up OBS. Hopefully the music is going. Yep, okay. Hello everybody, it's me, Varia the Birding Ghost. Thank you for coming to my stream today. This is just my little, hopefully I remembered everything, but yeah, this is my little warm-up sketch, short painting. So, you know, I think for the last week I've been trying to do some practice birds, so you know, this is something that I came up with for the last hour. It is a pigeon, so yeah, of course this isn't what I planned to draw today. I plan to work on this, so yeah, this is a sketch for DTIYS, so draw this in your style, by DamiDraws. Obviously this one is what I'm doing, but here's the reference here, so honestly it's pretty nice to draw something without necessarily having to plan things out, to be honest. Okay, sorry. Yeah, right now I'm just gonna try and I still need to do the final sketch, but I think I'm gonna try to do this in more of a as a painting rather than just a drawing, which the drawings are closer to what I've been doing lately. But yeah, so I don't necessarily plan to have actual line art. You know, essentially everything's gonna be just on mostly on one layer, or at least until I start adding the effects. But yeah, so right now I just I'm gonna focus on the eyes since I still have a bit of energy. I do find that my brain gets a little wonky when I spend too much time on whatever, so yeah. You know, maybe I should post an actual going live notification on Blue Sky, so I should probably get around to that. Live, you know. Alright, and just push the link so people know I'm here. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure people actually know I'm here, so. Alright. Sorry, I just keep trying to set things up. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a quiet start, so. But yeah, so. Kinda decided not to go to the county fair this year, just because I want to focus on art stuff, since I just haven't really been doing that lately, so. But yeah, so I also still haven't really gotten my sunflower piece planned out or drawn, because I just don't know what I'm going to do. But also, hello, Nakus. Hi, what am I working on? I'm working on a DTIYS, or draw this in your style, from a friend of mine. So I didn't really have much else planned, and I liked how the sketch was coming out, so I decided to just go ahead and do this week. But yeah, so this is the actual sketch, and this is the piece that I'm trying to replicate. So yeah, it's by DamiDraws. Their name is in the title, so. But yeah, I thought I'd take it a little bit easier this take it somewhat easy this stream, just because this sketch has been going pretty easily. Of course, it's probably because I'm mimicking someone else's style, but you know. Also, just thought I'd show this to you. This is what I did as a warm-up. So this is a little pigeon. I might continue this after the stream, but yeah, so how's your day going, by the way? Is anything exciting happened? So cute. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I just been looking at some pigeon videos yesterday, so I don't ever plan to keep a bird as a pet, but I wouldn't mind having a pigeon as a pet. I don't know, I like the idea of having a pet bird. I just don't think I can handle a pet bird. Nope. Bossy, you just got home from work? I see. Hopefully you can rest up nice and well. Hopefully work wasn't too bad or anything. Yeah, work was kind of kicking my butt yesterday and the day before, so that's why I didn't really draw anything new. But yeah, so I'm sorry, I just which is kind of a big reason why I didn't really draw anything the past couple of days, but so hello Dami, how's your day going? Hope you like what you see right here. Right now I'm doing kind of the quote-unquote final sketch. It kind of looks like line art right now just because I'm making a stronger impression of the eyes, or like trying to make those eyes pop out a bit better, because so I can like so they look cleaner. But I'm trying to kind of replicate what I've been doing with my bird paintings. So yeah. Also, I'm glad you like it so far. Yeah, it's been very pleasant to draw, to be honest. So, you know, I kind of figured it's that way because I'm basically copying your composition. But yeah, I'm glad you like it. Of course, it looks so good, and I'm really glad you're having fun with it. Yeah. Yep. And hopefully hopefully by the time I'm done, I can do it justice. So I'll try to make sure that I got certain characteristics right. Like I think you tend to draw noses a little more on the pointy side, so I try to mimic that, like, or at least try to mimic the slope, because I tend to draw my characters with straighter noses. So of course it wasn't too hard to figure it out, but yeah. Been a little rave. Yep. Little Dami dance. Haha. Yes, I've been in a pointy nose mood lately. Lol, I see. Yeah. I tend to think that I need to like practice more varied noses, but I never really get around to it. I don't know, I guess that's just kind of what art fight is for. Doing more like drawings that are outside of my comfort zone. But yeah, I'm glad it's coming out, at least. So right now I'm just trying to mark it out, so yeah, I think I'm just going to use like the G pen for the general facial features, so they stand out. Because as I said before, I'm planning on making this a painting, so. And then the other not the facial features, but the other aspects of the painting, I'll be using my preferred paintbrush. The G pen works really well, to be honest. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, G pen is kind of just my go-to for line art, so I kind of stick with the default brushes for the most part. Like I have thought about getting more brushes, but I kind of keep forgetting to do that. So, because I remember seeing some nice looking brushes on VGen a while back, but yeah, I just never got around to getting them. Okay, so yeah. Oh hey, thank you for subscribing, Dami. And also hello, Celtic. We out here. Yep. Thank you for coming. But yeah, thanks for the subscribe. Oh my god. Thanks for subscribing. You got the little raise. Yeah. But how's your day going out, Celtic? I hope it's going well. Hold on, let me get the... I gotta have... Yeah, sure, chibi. Yay. Lol, no worries. Day is good. That's good to hear. Yeah, this is what I'm drawing right now, by the way. It's this is Dami's Soci, so I'm doing draw this in your style, so kind of having an easy-ish day for art. But yeah, this is I'm planning on this being a painting, so have you been drawing anything lately? I haven't really been good about keeping up with everyone. I'm so sorry about that. I just kind of been keeping to myself these past couple of weeks. Just kind of been either busy or just a little bit tired. But yeah, hopefully I can start catching up with more people. Sometimes you just need to have some chill time. Yeah. Yeah, just kind of vibing on my own, I guess. Okay, so let me get to work finishing these eyes real quick. But yeah, for those who don't know, I'm kind of doing the final sketch, so right now it kind of looks like line art because I figured I'd try to make the facial features stand out more than the rest of the image. So basically I want them to stay clear. But yeah, I'm trying to kind of replicate what I've been doing with my bird paintings. So I have a pigeon open right here, and this is what I've been doing to warm up, but yeah, I'm kind of trying to replicate that style. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the chat. Okay. Hello, Celtic. So, yep, sometimes you gotta need the gel chain. Yeah, I'm working on a Ghibli piece right now. That's cool, and I feel so burnt out from drawing. I'm sorry to hear about that, Nakuz. Hopefully you can get some proper rest from it. Maybe just like try to mess with some other stuff. I heard that sometimes like exploring another little craft or something could help with burnout or help with feeling burnt out, but I'm not entirely sure if that's how it would help, if that would actually help or not. So you know, probably better to ask someone who knows what they're doing. But it's part of my work, so it's hard. Ha 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 ha. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. Yeah, that sucks. Are you at least going to have like a break soon, or are you just kind of hanging out? Okay, sorry. I'm working on a bunch of stuff before my stream, but I'm here. I'll be in and out. This piece looks good. Oh my god. Oh, that style looks good. Thank you. And I feel extremely burnt out recently, so I took a few weeks break from my art. Now I'm refreshed and good to go again. I spent the entire summer studying environments. 80% of it was clouds. I see. Yeah, that's yeah, you have some nice looking clouds. I've tried like practicing clouds in the past, but I was never very good with clouds, to be honest. I don't know why, because they're usually like abstract shapes, but I always seem to like I tend to like screw up the colors. But yeah, it's cool that you can that you've been practicing. Yeah, I felt a little bit burnt out at the end of around the end of July, so thankfully I think I'm starting to get back into it. Or not, because but yeah, I've just been practicing my birds lately, so I want to get better at animals in general, but yeah, I think I'm gonna focus on birds for now. I tried practicing horses in the past, but that didn't really go all that well. Yeah, next week I'll have for myself, so I'll go in a hut in the woods and chill. I see. The burnout is real, yeah. Yeah, I hope you have fun there. If you're like, unless that's like a joke, but I know like some people like to go camping, so I'm gonna assume I'm gonna assume you're being real. Um, but yeah, hopefully you can have a fun there. Yeah. I don't know if I got to say this to any of you, but my little vacation. Nah, I'll go photograph bears. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, hopefully you get to see some cool animals and birds, of course. Yes, of course the birds. Also, thank you for following Fallen Morning. I appreciate it. So, what kind of birds do you expect to see down over there? Because I know you said you live in the Balkans, correct? I'm not super familiar with the wildlife over there, so yeah. It is, you learn new things to discover even more, because you just want to create. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to read Celtic's message. It is, you learn new things. It's exhausting because you just want to create. Okay, yep. And yes, I see. Yeah. But yeah, I was on a vacation like a couple of weeks ago with a couple of my family members, and I didn't get to see too many types of birds there, but I did see a ton of seagulls because we were on the beach, and I also got to see a few herons. I also got to see a family of swans too, which was really cute. Like all the cygnets are pretty big by then, but they're still have their down feathers, so yeah. Maybe there will be some birds of prey, I hope. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to see some bald eagles on my trip because since we were by the water and bald eagles usually live by the water, but yeah, I didn't really get to see any eagles there. It was just it wasn't like super wild over. I mean, I guess it was kind of wild, but the place we were at next to was like pretty much next to a town. It's very close to a marina, so yeah. Apparently there was like a endangered or like a protected species of piper birds. I don't remember their exact name, but they're the type. I think those kinds of birds that kind of stick their little beaks in the sand. But yeah, there's apparently a Great Lakes species that prefers the Great Lakes, so they had a nesting ground near us. So yeah. Have I seen a young flamingo? Not in the real world, but I did see the little photos of it since I've been making that one flamingo harpy. You know, he's supposed to be a single father, so yeah. That's why so I've been kind of like looking up that, but no, I haven't seen any babies in the real world, so yeah. You know, hopefully one day, but yeah. Also, I did go to the zoo last Monday, actually. Yeah, I went to the zoo, which was really fun. You know, and there I was able to see bald eagles, but no flamingos. So we might actually go to another zoo before the warm season ends, but you know, I can't be entirely confident in that. Okay, I'm trying to. Hopefully I can get this mouth correct. It's more of a somewhat neutral expression here. I took a very funny photo of a baby, not a grown-up flamingo, and it was so emo. Emo? I see. Did it have like dark feathers or something? But yeah, that sounds cute. They are gray. Yes, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I know that the little babies, once they come out of their eggs, they start out like white, and then they turn gray over time, and then eventually pink, I think. But yeah, so it's cool that you got to see that. I think you mentioned that you get to see flamingos in the wild when you go to Greece, but yeah, gray and grumpy. Oh, yeah, sounds very cute. Yes, yeah. I know there's flamingos in Florida, but they're not like exactly active around the place I live, because as I said before, I live near the Great Lakes, which is pretty cold, so not the most flamingo friendly environment in the world. So yeah, the only time I get to see baby flamingo, I think the only way I could see baby flamingos is if I go to a zoo. But yeah, that's cool that you get to see those kinds of birds. Sorry, I'm just kind of trying to focus a little bit on the eyes. I think I'll just use the paint bucket tool. Please don't. Okay, it worked. Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't sure if there would be any open areas, so I was a little bit worried, but it worked out. Okay, so. But did you get to... Are there any other cool birds that you got to see recently or hope to see? I mentioned that you talked about birds of prey, so I imagine like eagles and hawks and whatnot. Oh yeah, I got to see a cassowary at the zoo too, so. I don't think I was ever like a super big cassowary fan before, but I think that one cassowary that I saw was really cool, and I just spilled coffee over myself, so hold on. But yeah, so it was a very cool bird up close, or kind of up close. It was next to the fence. Technically, we did get to see... We saw like almost every animal there, but it's like not all of them were like out in the open that were like easy to see, so. But yeah, one animal that I wish that I could have gotten a better look at was I think like some type of crane. It looked really big from the distance, but yeah, that guy was kind of... I think that guy was kind of preferring its privacy then, so. Last I took a photo of an owl. Oh, that's cool. Did you see it during the night, or did you happen to cross one during the day? I don't think I've ever seen an owl in the wild. I know they're there, but, you know, I don't think I really go out during the night that often, so. So I didn't really see them around. I did see an owl at the zoo too. Sorry, I keep talking about the zoo, but I didn't really do anything exciting the past few... That's kind of the most exciting thing that happened to me in a little while, so yeah, I like seeing animals, but yeah, and of course I didn't really do anything exciting the past 2 days. Outside of just like work. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to look at the big picture right here. Okay, so I'm going to start sketching with my usual paintbrush. So sort of this concept paint, it's called that. I don't remember where I got it or who made it, unfortunately. I try to look them up through the files, but I just can't really remember. Someone was just giving free brushes out one day on Twitter, so I just kind of decided to take up their offer. But yeah, unfortunately I don't remember who made this, which is because this is one of my favorite brushes to use. Daytime. Oh, I see. That's cool. Yeah, I assume it's kind of rare to see an owl out during the day, because I know that they prefer the nighttime. Of course, I'm not sure how much more common it is to see them during the night, considering it's usually dark out. But yeah, it's really cool that you got to see an owl. What species was the owl? Was it like some sort of barn owl, or... I know, like, I'm not always familiar with all my owls, but I did used to like really like owls back in the day. Nah, I see. Those lashes are so pretty. I'm glad you like them. I don't normally go this crazy with eyelashes, but I figured since it's your character, I may as well go a bit harder than usual. Yeah, I usually like mostly do like one eyelash at the very end here, and then just a couple of eyelashes at the lowest part. I do feel like I should vary up my eyelashes more though, so. Yeah, I legit draw wild lashes. My partner makes fun of me. Oh, you see. I mean, I do like how crazy you go with the lashes though, because it definitely makes your art stand out a bit. Or a lot, I should say. I don't know, your art style's pretty unique, so. I know it did stick out with me when I think when I first found you. Admittedly, I don't remember when I started following you back in the day, but I know that your work kind of stuck out. Thank you. I'm glad someone likes them. Limo. I see. Also, Naku's just showed me the owl type, so I'm just gonna. Oops. Sorry. I was gonna try and copy paste the name here, so I'll take a closer look when the break happens. So just take a little sec. Sorry. Oh, that's cute. Sorry, that might be a baby. Okay, I wasn't supposed to take a look right now. Sorry about that. But yeah, there's going to be a break coming in soon. Just a fair warning, so. I'm probably not going to go on an actual break, but, you know, I'll wait for you guys. I'm just, I got most of my stuff kind of taken care of before I started the stream, so. No, they were just small dudes. Okay. Yeah, because the owl that it showed, honestly, it showed me a couple of different owls, but I don't know, you can't always trust Google these days, unfortunately, but yeah, the first picture they showed was like a tiny little guy. Kind of makes me think of like burrowing owls, but I don't know, I just kind of remembered burrowing owls randomly, so. I think in the fifth grade, we watched a movie about burrowing owls, but I don't know why that kind of just, that's kind of what popped into my head right then, but yeah. I send you the flamingo and blue sky? Okay. Alright, thank you. I'll take a look at the flamingo when I'm off stream. Those are similar, I see. That's cool. Unfortunately, I don't remember a ton about burrowing owls, but yeah, I'm kind of wondering if they're more likely to come out during the day. Yeah, I just don't know. Sorry, it's been a long time since I've been an owl fan. Since I've like really looked into owls. I just thought they were cool back in middle school. Ha ha ha, I see. Yeah. By the way, before I looked, did you see the baby flamingo in a zoo, or were you like out on a birding trip, I guess? I'm not sure if you were actually birding or not, but yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm getting a little bit quiet again. I'm just trying to understand what the heck I'm doing here. So. The hair looks okay from a distance, but when you get really close, it's like, what am I doing? In the wilds of Greece, I see. Yeah, it's cool. Hold on a second. Okay, that's just blocking everything. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna shrink the original. Oops, nope, cancel. Okay, I'm just gonna shrink the original piece of it, so. Okay, so just so I can figure out what I'm supposed to do with this hair. So yeah, that's really cool. Did you see any more exciting birds, or were the flamingos the main part of the show? Also, the break is happening in 1 minute, so just a heads up. I'll probably like try to focus on drinking this coffee, so because I haven't been great about that. Oh, some herons. That's cool. So, not too much? Nah. Okay. That's fair enough. Sounds like mostly water birds, then. You know, I'm not sure if flamingos technically count as water birds, but, I mean, you mostly see them standing around in water, so... Okay. Yeah, I'll just try focusing on this coffee during the break, and then, trying to figure out what I'm doing with the hair. Okay. Okay, but I'll see you guys soon, so. And I guess the ads are delayed, but I was around the shore, so yeah, I see. But yeah, that sounds cool. I think I saw like a short documentary about herons when that I looked up after the trip, because I was kind of excited to see the herons that I did see, or the herons during my trip. I think I like saw maybe 3 in total, so they had a lot of marshes around us from the looks of it. So because we were, as I said, we were on the lake, and there's actually also a river that was near us, so I think that's usually the place where you see the kind of place you see marshes form. Okay, there's the break. Okay. Alright, actually I think this side hair would be... Actually no, I guess these are kind of... These shorter bits might be part of the bangs, so... Hopefully it doesn't look too off. Okay. Yeah, I know Dami subs, so I can't take the shortcuts off during the break. No. They'll be able to see me. I don't know if you're listening right now. Okay, you know it's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna start scribbling into this area right here. Kind of show that this the shaded part. Okay. All right. So. Okay, so we have half of the ads gone, so. Alright. So I'll just, I think I got most of this section figured out, thankfully. So I'm gonna start working on this little area. Yeah, I kind of just went wild here. Okay. And we have this bit of hair kind of coming here. And I think it's going to be under this section, so. Yeah, hopefully this comes out. I feel like my human characters aren't coming out as nice as they that great lately, so probably need to take time to practice faces again. Like, I feel like the face here came out alright, just because because I was already technically copying another image, but yeah, for other images I'm gonna need that. You know, I was kind of planning out another image. It's not the image that I technically wanted to plan out, but yeah, I've been thinking of another one. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry about the ad break, but you know, it's kind of just a part of Twitch at this point. So, alright, so let me let's see what we're talking about again. Sorry, it's I think my brain's gone blank. We were talking about flamingos and stuff. Flamingos being kind of like water birds. You saw them at the shore. Yeah. Yep. Sorry, I'm just kind of... Okay, but yeah, I think glad you're all back. As you can see, I kind of figured out I mean, sort of figured it out. Probably could develop it a bit more, but yeah. Admittedly, I want to have this piece done in I guess a reasonable amount of time. So, but yeah, so sorry, I'm just trying to think of more things to say. We were chatting about the flamingos. Did you at least see the seagulls? Sorry. My brain's kind of blank, but I feel like there'd be a bunch of seagulls by the sea. Unless the location is like weirdly seagull-less. Yeah, that was the one bird that we saw a ton of at the beach. Was just like a crap ton of seagulls. There's a spot that they actually like to flock to, so that was around the hotel next to us. Oh, really? Oh, that's kind of crazy, honestly. Yeah, there's like seagulls everywhere around here, so you know, even in the area that I live in, there's actually a ton of seagulls near me. They're usually on the parking lot, though. It's not really I mean, I imagine that they would go to the ponds and beaches too, but yeah, we have a lot of seagulls here, so it's a little crazy to hear about a place that doesn't have that many. There's many plovers and oyster eaters. I see. Yeah, I think that's the species that was that had the protected nesting area. Now that I think about it, the little birds with the long beaks that live on the beach. I think that's them. Yeah, I think it's the time of year that their little chicks would be hatching. Now that I think about it. Sorry, a little bit off topic, but yes, yeah. I don't think I've heard of the oyster eaters though. Yeah, not really sure what they would look like. I assume that they smash the shells without necessarily using their beaks. Or they could be using their beaks. It's just like really strong. They are strange birds, are they? I see. I wonder what kind of wonder what they look like now. Because as I said, I feel like smashing an oyster shell would take a lot of strength, so either they have like really crazy beaks, or they're just they use their head. They're almost like a small stork in a way. I see. So they sort of have that appearance then. That's cool. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to... I haven't really added that much to the braids yet, so I'm probably gonna have to... Because they're supposed to be a bit looser, I think. Yeah, small sorts. Yeah, I was just kind of imagining something like a. I guess I was kind of imagining something like that. Actually, I was picturing a. For some reason, I kept picturing a pelican, but they wouldn't be smashing oyster shells. I don't think. They'd probably just swallow them whole, to be honest. From what I heard about pelicans. Yes, maybe. Yeah. I know that like sea otters will like smash up oysters with rocks and stuff, so it also kind of made me think of this lizard called the jeweled lacerda that I think is native to Spain. That they don't like smash oysters or anything. They eat snails, which have their hard shells, but they actually just use their mouths. And also parrots, but you know, parrots don't eat. I don't think parrots normally eat oysters either. They just have really hard beaks. Yeah, I know that parrots are brought up a lot with those pet bird videos because I think that's what most people keep as pets. I guess a little bit off topic, but out of curiosity, could you ever imagine yourself keeping a bird as a pet, or do you think it's too much to handle? Because I know that they're definitely a handful. I have one? Oh, that's cool. What kind of bird do you have? Oh, a parrot? I see. What species of parrot? Like a budgie, or a macaque, or a parakeet? Cockatoo? Chicken? No, you said parrot, sorry. A rosella? I think I might have heard of those. They're smallish, I see. Yeah, I remember looking into like pet bird videos in the past, so I don't exactly remember what it would be, but I'm pretty sure I might have heard of it. Like, do they have like any reddish spots on them, or not really? Okay, right now, also speaking of, trying to explain what I'm doing right now, I'm just kind of trying to add like or try adding some detail to the sprayed. But I think I'm gonna like mark out some of the basic shading. So since this is meant to be a painting, I'm going to like merge the final sketch layer with the color layer once I get to the actual coloring. The colors that you saw on the preview image, or kind of see right now, this isn't necessarily meant to be the color layer, but I kind of just went ahead and added a bunch of colors. But yeah, I plan to have a proper color layer, so. Okay, no, they have many variations, I see. Okay, then I probably don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I was thinking of lovebirds, I'm not sure. But I thought maybe they'd have since their name was Rosella, I thought maybe they'd have like a pinkish or reddish color to them. Yeah, it looks like I'm wrong. Okay. Yeah, I guess speaking of adding bits of shading, I'm just gonna try and do a little bit of that with the scalp right here. Try to mark out where the hair would be, or the hair shadows. Oops. Okay, the music paused right now, so let me try to take care of that. Okay, there we go. I usually have to get back onto the browser, so. All right. Okay, but yeah, I probably have to look up that bird too. Okay, so... Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm being a little bit quiet again. I'm just trying to get this right. I know I really wanted a budgie back in, like, at some point. You know, they look really, really cute and all that. I actually just got a plushie of a budgie plushie pretty recently. Sorry, my model looked really weird right then. I was looking behind me, but... Yeah, I think they're, like, really cute. It's just, I think they would drive me insane, though, so... Yeah, I think that's the biggest roadblock between me and a bird buddy is noise levels. So yeah, that's kind of why I was thinking about pigeons a bit recently, because I feel like they'd be a little more manageable, but parrots are a handful. Yeah, I've seen some. You know, I'm someone who watches a fair bit of, or at least I have watched a fair bit of YouTube in the past, and I know some of the. I did watch some videos of people with who own parrots, and they talk about how much of a pain in the butt they can be. They loud and do many shit. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I know that they talked about how, like, the parrots will, like, rip up a lot of furniture and stuff, too. Alright, I understand. Yeah, because their beaks are partly because of they're intelligent, but also because they need to, like, wear down their beaks, because I heard that it grows continuously like a squirrel's, or like the teeth of rodents will grow continuously. Yep, yeah. They look super pretty though, I'll admit. Especially macaws. I think macaws are, like, super pretty. Actually, I watched a little documentary, I think a couple weeks, about a couple of weeks ago, and apparently I learned that there's actually parrots living in Germany, which I think was kind of crazy to me. Like, I think those, like, Amazon parrots. I think I might have seen an Amazon parrot at the zoo, but... Yeah, they had, like, one parrot there, so... And there was, like, a zookeeper that was kind of hanging around the area. I think she's the person in charge of those birds, so... I don't know. I see. But yeah, there's apparently a bunch of parrots living in a snowy city. Sorry, I'm being a little bit quiet again. I'm just a little bit distracted by the art. Yeah, there's supposed to be a bunch of layers to the hair here, so... Might have just added them, but yeah. I'm trying to work with more sharp lines too, so you can kind of see it with some of these spots, but the shaping is so good. Thank you. Yeah, admittedly, I'm kind of one of those people. Probably in the past, I mostly made my figures and stuff, like, kind of soft looking, like, in the shapes, but I think the sharper angles might be a little more visually interesting. So it's also just kind of easy to draw the sharper shapes, I think. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I like adding these sharper shapes. I've been trying to also think about that kind of technique with my bird paintings, so I'm just gonna flip to the pigeon real quick, but Yeah, I can kind of see that I've tried doing a bit of this with the pigeon. Of course, before I did, I think when I was still working on it, I had the issue that the pigeon was kind of looking a bit like a hawk, so I've been trying to also make it a little bit softer. Yeah, admittedly, I think pigeons would probably fit. I think soft or like rounder shapes would be more fitting for a pigeon, but so I tried rounding it out a bit, but maybe if I ever draw a falcon, I can go harder with the harder shapes. I know you do have to I know I generally have to consider the shape language with your figures. So, admittedly, I'm more of one of those people who kind of fly off the cuff of my sleeve. Sorry, I don't remember if that's the right term, but with my shapes. But yeah, I think with the birds, it's probably a good idea to try to pay a little more attention. At least enough so they don't look like a different species. Okay. Alright. Sorry. Okay, let's see. I use a lot of shape language when I draw. I see. Yeah, it's usually a good idea to do that. I tried kind of doing that when I've been trying to kind of use shape language for a good while because I first learned about it in a video game art book that I got from a bookstore. But I do kind of have a bias towards like certain shapes. So admittedly, I kind of just use the same thing over and over again, but I know I could probably vary things up a bit more. But yeah, I kind of have a bias towards like flowing shapes and then, sorry, it's not a good example. Like these flowing shapes, like flowing lines, and then just like a sharp point and flowing. Yes, like shapes kind of like this, kind of sharp yet soft yet sharp. But maybe it'd be a good idea to use more squares or something. I don't know. Yes, I love certain shapes as well. Me too. What kind of shapes do you guys prefer? I know Dami likes their diamonds, but do you have like any other types of shapes you like? Haha. Yeah. Mm-hmm. My mouth always goes crazy when I drink my coffee. Yes, I love heart shapes and also the organic flowy shapes. I always go for rounded ones, I see. Which might be weird together, but it seems to work, yeah. Yeah, kind of the combination between the two shapes can definitely add some variation. Yeah, try to. It's not like art is specifically locked to only one shape, or one type of shape. I know it's part of like composition and harmony and all that. But yeah, I think part of the reason why I like the types of shapes I do is because I've always been kind of a fan of the Art Nouveau movement, especially back in community college. I was really into Art Nouveau then. Like I got a few books relating to that kind of topic. Okay, what am I trying to remember what this is? Okay, I'm just gonna draw this hair as behind the other ones. But yeah, Art Nouveau likes to use a lot of flowing shapes. So. I found a few of my favorite historical artists there too. Before then, I was mostly focused on Impressionism, so. Do you guys have any favorite art, like historical art movements, or do you guys not really care about that kind of thing? Okay, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a hair here, or a clump here. I'm not very good at handling layers of hair, admittedly, so I'll try to make it work anyway. That section, and the music paused again. Great. Come on, YouTube, you work. All right, come on, work. I love Art Deco. Yeah, Art Deco's really cool too. Yeah, it's kind of like Art Nouveau, but more geometric and kind of glistening in a bit. But for artist name Monet, I see. Yeah, I really like Monet too. I only think I have one art book though of it from him, or I guess he didn't make the art book himself, but you know, an art book with Monet's work. I know that some of my family members really like Monet too. I think I was actually able to go to an exhibition with Monet's work at the DIA, so Detroit Institute. Okay. Wait a second. Okay, I didn't really finish the scalp here, but so gotta remember to work on this bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm also not used to dealing with short hair, so I feel like it came out alright though, so. Yeah. Of course, it's not like super duper short hair, so it probably wasn't really that rough, but okay, so right now I'm just gonna start bringing out try to kind of bring out certain parts of this in the sketch, so usually just try to make it clear that it's its own piece or its own section of the art. I'm just gonna thicken the outer lines for the moment, and I'll probably yeah, so hopefully it still sticks out a fair bit when I get to the actual painting phase. And also let's erase the parts of the ear that is invisible, or at least parts of it. And then the eyebrows stay, because yeah, I'm one of those people who prefer to keep the eyebrows in. My most beloved art book is the one of Geiger, but it's not for everyone. I see. Yeah, H.R. Geiger's artwork is pretty interesting. I guess I'm not necessarily the biggest fan in the world, but I do appreciate it for what it is, so. Yeah, I know his work definitely inspired a ton of horror creatures. I know that for sure. I think it like kind of inspired some of the visuals in Dune, and also the alien from Alien, and probably some other stuff, but yeah. Yep. Yeah, I actually have an art book for H.R. Geiger too, but I could probably do with looking through it some more. Also, hello, Chris. Guess who's finally here? Well, I guess it says my user, but I am here. Yep. Thank you for showing up, Chris. This is what I'm drawing. Okay, hold on. This is what I'm drawing right now, so. Yeah, right now I'm just doing the final sketch / liner work for this, because I'm planning on doing this as a painting. Hold on. I'm trying to hide the reference, but yeah. Ooh, thank you. But yeah, we were just talking about some historical artists and what our favorite historical artists are. So Nakuz was talking about Geiger being their favorite art book, or the art book is one, it's based off Geiger, but yeah, I was going to say that my favorite art book is one for Gustave Doré. So, of course, Doré didn't really make the art book either. Also, my Frank Frazetta art book's pretty good. I have a ton of art books here, but I also have one, an art book, Amano art book. I'm pretty sure. I think Amano actually made this art book too, or was a part of it, because he's still alive. But yeah, I really like Amano too. I also got a art book somewhat recently. Sorry, I'm got all distracted. Covenant by Alan Williams. Okay. Ooh. Oops, ignore that. Oh, you didn't want that? Or the stream together thing? Oh, alright. I just want to make sure. Yeah, I don't think we entirely set up our stream together stuff, so. Yeah, I was kind of hoping if I stream with someone else I was wondering if maybe using Discord would be a good idea, but because that was just kind of recommended to me by someone else. But yeah, I still don't entirely know how to get to it. But yeah, you meant the stream together thing, right? Because it's about to run out. Discord is the best for that, I see. Yeah, I just don't know about the general thing. Yeah, part of me kind of hopes to... Yeah, I'm just not confident in my... Chris says that he likes the art. Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah, tell Chris thank you. But yeah, I like how this is coming out so far. Admittedly, since this is a DTIYS, I didn't really have to worry about posing and composition, which I'm happy with. Yeah, I think the fact that Dami already made the composition helps a lot. But yeah. But I think one of my... I guess going back to the art, or the question about historical artist, I think one of my favorites from Art Nouveau is actually Edmond Dulac. Sorry, I'm looking at my art book collection, trying to make sure I got the name right. I always screw up names, even if I should know the name a lot better. But yeah, Edmond Dulac is a illustrator, so he did a lot of watercolor paintings for fairy tale stories. I actually have a print of one of his artworks on my wall, so right in front of my desk. The lamp is kind of blocking it right now. I keep a lamp for lighting. But yeah. Nice. Yep. Yeah, my coffee was ice cold at the end right then. It's actually better than lukewarm, probably, but yeah, that's kind of weird. Also, I finally tried a matcha latte, I think last Sunday, so it was okay. I think there was probably too much the latte part inside of it rather than the matcha part, but I'm not going to get another one, even if it tastes better. Yeah, I just wanted to try it because someone another streamer friend of mine is very enthusiastic about it, so I think it's overrated. I see. Yeah, it's okay. I can probably get why some people like it, but yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't think it. As I said, I don't think I'd be drinking it again. It's just a little too expensive for what it is. Yeah, if I spend that much on a beverage, I think I'd probably prefer to have something that's more my taste. So, also, I'm just not a green tea person. I like coffee, strong black, no sugar. I see. Yeah. Yeah, I see you're a fan of black coffee then. I like to have a little bit of cream in my coffee. Not necessarily a ton of it, but just enough to make it a little bit sweeter. But yeah, I don't like to go heavy with the cream. Okay. Taking a deep breath. I like green tea and black, also coffee. I see. Yeah, admittedly, because of the matcha, though, I did decide to kind of try and drink more tea, because I had some Earl Grey laying around, so I thought I'd at least finish the Earl Grey. Because I've been chugging a lot of coffee lately, so I know I need to like chill out a bit. But yeah, I like herbal teas, so sugar or honey. Honey. Let me see. None. I see. Yeah, I did used to like drink this one tea called Samurai Chai. It was from Teavana, which is a tea brand that used to exist. They went out of business, unfortunately, but yeah, it was a combination between Samurai Chai and oolong tea, and it was pretty good. But yeah, I can't exactly have that anymore because of since the company went out. I guess I could probably look online and see if there's like if anyone's making their own version of it. But I'm not really a big enough tea drinker to be that broken up about it. But otherwise, I do like chamomile. I like peppermint tea, Earl Grey, of course. I was considering buying some tea, but I remembered that I already had some tea at home, so yeah. None, and I'm sure that texting that's fine. I'm someone who makes a ton of typos too, but I hate it when you have a brand you like and then poof, gone. Yeah, it always sucks when that happens. But yeah, outside of Teavana, I don't really make much of an effort to look for specific brands. Oh yeah, and I like lemon ginger too. I think the one tea that I tend to try and get back into is usually lemon ginger, because some people recommend that for sore throats. And I'm someone who can't stand having a sore throat, so I tend to get that when I have a cold, even though I'm not very good about drinking it. But I guess thinking about tea, I might actually get some of it when the next ad break happens. So probably in like 20 minutes. Yeah, I usually try to align my breaks with the ad breaks, because yeah. But yeah, I know the feeling of disappearing brands. But yeah, so one thing I kind of enjoy is that I started adding some of my half and half with my Earl Grey, so I know some people like to add milk to the tea and stuff, but I used to mostly just drink like those creamer bottles, but I decided to switch to half and half because I prefer the fact that it's a little less sweet. But yeah, you can tell when an ad break happens. I might get some stuff too. Yeah, yeah, it tells me on the usually it tells me on the stream manager, but also it will pop up in OBS to tell you like 5 minutes before the ad break starts. There will be a pop-up that tells you when the break is coming. So it does give you a heads up. Technically, you can also like have the break come on earlier or try to delay it, but yeah. I usually just let it happen, so. I usually let it happen unless there's like a raid or if I'm about to raid out. But unfortunately the ad break is kind of a requirement, so. Okay. Okay. So right now I'm just kind of marking out the cast shadow underneath the shirt, so I know where that will be. I'm probably gonna color in the shadows with the regular skin color. Kind of wondering if I should add some undertones to the skin, because I used to do that a lot more back in the day, but I usually don't go as crazy with the skin color. But man, I'm loving this pic. Thank you. Of course, in paintings it looks alright, but I think I tend to add more color variation in other places. I don't know. My technique tends to change a lot. But yeah, when I used to like oil paint, I tried to include some undertones, so I know that there's like a kind of a little bit of a rule with adding undertones to the face. So I guess I also still add a blush, which is technically part of the undertones, but yeah, the rule with the undertones on the face is usually a little more yellow on the forehead, a little more red around the cheeks and nose, and then on the chin it's blue. I'll run for a minute or two. Okay, have a good little break. Oh. Are you saying in a minute too, or are you just like leaving for a little bit? Sorry, But have a good break, or if you're leaving for good, have a good day / night. But yeah, so also, sorry if I didn't read your message about loving the pic. Thank you. Sorry, I got like distracted yapping. Okay, so. Also, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing with the shirt. The shirt looks like it's you're red. Okay. I see. Okay. Also, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing with the shirt. It looks more like the one that from Dami's first model, but which it kind of looks like the one that was used in the actual artwork. So I think this is technically just a combination of the outfits at this point, but. To be honest, I did really like the first outfit quite a bit, so I don't necessarily mind using this top. Okay. So right now I'm just kind of filling this in. I'm drawing with you. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I think I usually draw with other art streamers. So, you know, I get the feeling. Okay. But yeah, so let's try to add some more detail to the rib. Yeah. Honestly, I was thinking that I need to watch more art streamers in general, so I haven't really been good about like hanging out in other people's chat lately, so since I'm someone who like kind of prefers to watch smaller streamers, but at the same time like not always in the mood to chat, so I know not everyone most people don't really mind that, but yeah, same, yeah. But at the same time, if I'm like in someone with like a really small chat or someone with a really quiet chat, then I feel bad if I don't say anything. So yeah, just kind of a little bit weird like that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I'm trying to mark out these chain things. Oops, I don't think I streamed this week. Oh no. Uh-oh. That's a little bit unfortunate. Do you think you'd do a surprise stream, or do you just not really mind that much? Also, hello, Jay. Thanks for showing up. Just kind of yapping a little bit about the art streams and stuff just now, but yeah, how are you doing right now? I'm doing a draw this in your style of Dami's character right here. So I think it's coming out all right. I can't stream right now. Okay, or yeah, right now. Yeah, it's fair enough. There's always next week, but I love a yapper. Good, working on comms, so I stopped by to say hi. I see. Yeah, wish you luck on the comms. I know commissioning can be a little bit tough at times, but unless you're like someone who doesn't mind that at all. But yes, I figured I'd just do this or do the DTIYS this for this stream, because I haven't really got anything else sketched out, so I don't know. I don't really like sketching on, or like doing actual sketching on stream, so this is technically the final sketch, so I don't really it's not really a big deal that I'm doing it here, but yeah, I feel a little bit embarrassed showing people my actual sketches because they're ugly. Holy, this DTIYS looks awesome. Thank you. I don't be sketching on stream either, yeah. Yeah, I usually need like a lot more concentration when I do it too, so yeah, it's like really hard to just talk and sketch. I don't know, if I'd been like drawing the entire day, then maybe it's possible for me to just like pop something off on a stream, but that's usually like, as I said, that's usually because I'm drawing the entire day, so that would have to happen at the very end of the day, which I'd prefer to stream a bit earlier, so. But yeah. So of course everyone else has like preferences. Yeah, I don't know if like people in general too would prefer watching like sketching or just the finalized part of an artwork. God, I can't speak. Okay. I'm just gonna make it look like the fabric starts here, but probably not how it's supposed to look on the actual character, but it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. But yeah. You know, part of me is also, though, part of me kind of wants to do a bird study on stream, but I'm not sure when I would do that. Like, I don't think you guys, I showed you guys quite yet, but this is a warm-up that I did before the stream, so, you know, I only spent like an hour so far on it, so I feel like I'm a little more confident with bird studies. You know, it also really helps to have a reference. Ooh, nice, thank you. I would like to see a bird study. I see. Yeah, I don't know if you were here when I was talking about it, but I've been in the mood for practicing birds, so, you know, I think you might have seen my, flamingo harpy, but yeah, I want to do more, I think it might help with the Monster Boy characters, actually. You know, try to draw a lot of, birdmen. Yeah, yep. Also, I think you draw birds yourself, don't you? I think I've like seen your bird art before, like those little puff balls. I draw borbs, I see. Yeah. I think throughout the years I did like try to draw more winged characters, but I just haven't really been doing that much in the past, good while, honestly. It's like about to say a year and like, no, that's not long enough. In 2 years, no, that's not long enough. But probably like actual ages, millennia even. Probably not since my teens. Because I remember that I used to have like I technically still have the character, but I don't use them at all. But I had like this crow harpy character. Yeah, because I was looking through some of my really old art back in the day. And I think I might have seen him, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I had a lot of old art. A lot of, Sorry, I just think, my brain kind of blinked out thinking about the old artworks. Do you guys try to keep track of your old stuff, or not? Or not really? And I mean like the really old stuff. We both could have Covoid boys, or Corvid. Yeah. As I said, though, I haven't used that character in like ages. I was thinking of making another Crow OC. Actually, because of I was kind of making up a little world for all the harpy men, but I was thinking like a mob boss for the crow, because you know that crows they tend to like form tight groups and all that. Of course, like the design that I was thinking of in my head might look more like a raven than a crow, though, is the thing. Because I was thinking of like okay, I'm just gonna show you a little doodle real quick. Sorry, that was just a little concept sketch right there, but what I was kind of thinking was, and why I was thinking that it looked more like a raven is, I kind of wanted him to have like a coat with a really big, feather thing, like one of those, coats with a really big feather trim, which I think would probably look more like a raven, because ravens have more of feathers around the neck than the crows do, but yeah. I have not drawn my bird boy in forever, right? I'm so excited to see it finish. It already looks amazing. Thank you. He's really doing justice to Dami. I see. Yeah. I go back and look at my old art. I see. Yeah, sometimes I do that, because I made a few, sorry, my chat is paused. I made a few DeviantArt accounts back in the day, so sometimes I just kind of run back to them, but yeah, I kind of finally found my old Vitalia fan account for my Michigan OC. Yeah, I used to have a state OC. I don't know if you guys know about Vitalia, but yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit of a... But yeah, that's like some of my really old art, like from middle school. I also kind of made an attempt at the Wayback Machine for looking up at the Kids Bop social media site, because Kids Bop used to have almost social media site based. You know, I think I think there were like a lot more social media sites back then, but yeah, I used to post like some really old artwork back from maybe like 6th grade or even like 5th grade. Because actually it might have been, no, sorry, I'm like, trying to think about it. Like, yeah, I was probably 6th grade, but yeah, I kind of wish I could like go back to the really old stuff, because I used to like to draw. I used to draw like these kitty OCs, but you know, I can probably find a sketchbook, but yeah, a lot of my art from way back then is kind of like lost to time. Like my very early MS Paint art. Yeah, my boy's a magpie. I kind of want him to make him a more crow or raven, though. I see. Yeah, magpies sound fun. I like the idea of having a blue jay OC too. Sorry, I'm trying to look up the chat right now. Yeah, so there's going to be an ad break in like 5 minutes. Just a fair warning. Yeah, it completely shrank my poor chat. Yeah, so I know that magpies are those birds that are set to collect things. Yeah, because I think back in the day I might have like joked that I have some magpie tendencies, like collecting shiny things and toys. Yes, I love blue jays. Yeah, blue jays are really cool. They're super pretty too. Like, oh, hi, dummy. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, I was looking up at my flamingo plushie, because I finally managed to get a flamingo plushie. I got it from the zoo. Which is kind of funny, because there weren't any flamingos at the zoo, but... for those who don't know, I went to the zoo last Monday, so I posted some photos on Blue Sky. But yeah, I got to see a lot of cool birds. Or at least a fair amount of cool birds. By the way, since I don't think I asked Chris this, but do you have like a favorite bird? Sorry, I realize there's another potential victim to the bird question. Mwahaha. But yeah, so. By the way, when the ad break hits, I'm going to take an actual break so I can get some, I'm gonna make some tea and also get more water. Actually, probably should drink more water. I still have like half a cup, but okay, I'll drink it now. Yeah, I think like the fridge water is ready. We have to like we have to use a filtration jug around here, so basically I have to like put water in the jug and then let it kind of filter out. Okay. Now as I say this, I'm like, as I talk about my break, I realize I've just jumped into one of the harder parts. Of course, it wasn't so bad for here because I just kind of copied Dami's hand. But yeah. Oh my god, this is hard. Uh-oh, what's hard? Oh, the bird question, I see. Oh yeah, there's a lot of cool birds out there. Yeah, I keep asking people the bird question, despite not having a great answer myself. Fake birds, yeah. Probably just gotta write out a list of my favorite birds and then just kind of, you know, maybe draw them doing a battle royale or something. Okay. Alright. Let's draw this glove. Also, the outbreak is going to hit in less than a minute, so try to get this glove done. But yeah, the break that I'm actually taking might take 5 to 10 minutes, so probably shouldn't be too super long. It usually isn't super long, but you never know what happens. You never know what could happen, you know. Yeah. Okay. So let's just get this arm done. Okay, 10. And then the break will go down, so. Seagull, falcon, shima, inega, never heard that one. Hummingbirds, oh yes, the hummingbirds. Yeah, those guys are really cute. Okay. But yeah, seagulls are pretty funny, even though they're everywhere. I used to see a ton when I still worked outside. I saw a lot of sparrows too, so. And it's a Japan bird, I see. Little round cotton balls, all. He sounds cute. Yeah, personally, I really like cardinals, blue jays, chickadees, if we're talking about backyard birds. Honestly, I've been in like a flamingo mood too lately, but I like chickens too. I've also been in a little bit of a pigeon mood, or dove mood, since they're like kind of round and cute. Also, the ad break should be hitting pretty soon. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and just take my actual break, so I'll see you guys soon. Save and wave. You can't see my wave, but yeah. Okay. I'm gonna hit the BRB screen. And mute the mic. Alright, I'm back, everyone. Sorry about that, but I just got my tea, so switched over to tea, and hopefully I don't get over-caffeinated, because it's tea, but... Actually, I don't know if Earl Grey contains caffeine or not. I know that some tea actually has caffeine, but, you know, it's not a big deal. Now, I've drank enough coffee that probably wouldn't affect me in any way. But yeah, so, I see they're adorable. I think I might have actually heard of them then, if that's the case. Or at least, like, seen a drawing or photo. Yeah, I think I've seen a photo or drawing of a little snowball bird, maybe with some black little beaks and some. But yeah. But yeah, they sound cute. I guess thinking about birds now, I kind of wish we could have a bird feeder in the back. The reason why we can't have a bird feeder is because one of our cats just keeps escaping. Like, he's not supposed to be outside, but he gets out, so... Yeah, I just, the guy's like an absolute escape artist sometimes. So yeah, we don't have a bird feeder. Ah, stupid cat. Okay. It might be okay to have a hummingbird feeder though, but I don't know if we have a great place to put a hummingbird. There's actually one spot that's probably would actually be good for hummingbirds, but I probably have to ask my mom for that because I still live with my family. Basically on the front porch. The thing is, she likes to put stuff on the front porch, so yeah, that would be the main issue. But you know, the location is like on the north side of our house, and then it's on a porch, so there's like shade, and it's right outside the door, so we can just grab it. Because I know we have to like clean the feeder every day, so like mold and stuff doesn't grow in there. Oh yeah, and there's a window from the doors, so we'd be able to see anything. We'd be able to see the birds. I'm back. Oh, welcome back. Sorry, I was just yapping about back ear bird. Kind of talking about how there'd be a good place to maybe put a bird feeder or a hummingbird feeder, but it's not really I'd probably have to ask my family about it because my mom likes to put stuff out there. I got refreshments during the ads. I see. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, I got my Earl Grey. It kind of looks like a very pale coffee if you like look at it, but I know it definitely smells fruitier than obviously it smells fruitier than coffee. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to look at the work here, so let me just mark out these areas. Okay, yeah, the shading of the pets. Okay, yeah, I'm trying to, let's actually see how far we are. Oh, yeah, actually getting pretty far. Yeah, maybe just focus on this art. Actually, I need to finish the other hand. Okay, there's still like some stuff that, obviously there's some stuff that still needs to get worked on, but yeah, we're actually getting there, so. I don't know how far I'll be going today, but hopefully it's like hopefully I get like decently far. Yeah, not like I have anywhere to go, so. You know, hopefully I can do like maybe hopefully I can go like 4 hours. Like I could probably, yeah, I think I can handle 4 hours actually, but maybe. We have this old fence we want to replace, but they are covered with vines. The vine flowers attract hummingbirds, so I don't know what to do. Oh no. Uh-oh. Yeah, that would make it hard. Have you ever thought about like growing like flowers for the hummingbirds, or like having a little garden, or not really? Because I know there's like some hummingbird mixes and like seed packs. Like they have a mix of flowers that attract hummingbirds, but yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I would demand to do that. I see. Yeah, get some stuff for the little hummers. Sorry, I'm just need a quick second. Oops, okay, but I don't. It's a little too pointed. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm just adding more extra shading to the net so I kind of make it a little less visible. Just because it's not the main focus, I guess, but okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to think things through. And the music stopped again. Okay, hold on, guys. I'll take care of it pretty soon. Just let me rub my eye. Ugh. But yeah, hummingbird flowers would be nice, especially since you don't need to like clean it out or anything. Because I know you need to like, as I said before, you kind of have to clean out a feeder a lot to make sure it doesn't grow mold or anything. Because then it would turn toxic for the birds, which I don't think anyone wants that to happen. No, I guess one kind of nice thing about hummingbirds is that you can probably just get away with one of those really simple feeders, because hummingbirds will know what a feeder looks like, and that way I can probably just get one of those like really sort of cheap and red ones, and that might be easier to clean. Okay. Hopefully this hand comes out right. Very much not a hand specialist by any stretch. Okay. Yeah, actually, some of you probably know this by now, but I started trying to like just simplify my hands a lot, so they just kind of can't be bothered anymore. Like basically the type of hands that kind of where you don't draw the entire thing. Like how there isn't like a specific line kind of separating these. And the middle and ring finger are like perpetually together. You know, I try to practice hands sometimes, but just like I can't deal with it. And it's not like my art isn't supposed to be stylized, so. So I usually prefer to have simpler hands anyway. Okay. So, getting this marked in. Okay. I want to stick with flowers. I figure that would be the best for them. Yeah. Yeah, I can probably even look into things like bushes and shrubs that might have like flowering shrubs. So you don't necessarily have to like replant them every year and stuff. Heart. Yep, we see your little hearts. Yeah, I just probably just look up what they would need and stuff. That would probably work out. Uh-oh, sorry. Okay, there's the reference. Yeah, I suddenly got confused about the reference. Like, where is it? Where is it? Like, oh yeah, I hit it. Yeah, I was hitting the... I was looking at the wrong layer, so... Also, I should probably rename the sketch layer real quick. So F sketch, or just... You know what, let's just name it sketch, so... So yeah, what I plan to do is copy and paste the sketch layer when I have it. So I still have the original, but I also can merge one version down with it, with the color layer when I get to that. Yeah, we should be able to color eventually. Okay. Alright, so let's just get the arm done. Hopefully the arm looks okay. Yeah, I'm not always the best with foreshadowing. Or foreshortening, I mean. Honestly, not with foreshadowing either. Not very good with subtlety. Okay. Probably try to... Sorry, I'm like kind of focused. Trying to make this look okay, so... Also, not try to add too much muscles here, because I don't think like Dami is supposed to be jacked here. At least that's not the intention. Okay. I am marking out where the shoulder kind of hits. Yeah, so I've been trying to rethink about how I draw certain parts of the body, because I know I was thinking about just trying to go back into studying some of the fundamentals. You know, I feel like that would probably, you know, it's always good to kind of refresh on that kind of thing. So yeah, I was just kind of thinking like maybe you know, work on perspective a little bit more and go back to anatomy, because I tend to get compliant with some of the anatomy at times, so I just gotta go back and kind of relearn some things. Like I kind of kept fusing fusing the pectoral muscle and the shoulder muscle, so because technically they do kind of look like they're joined together, but it's not quite how it actually looks. But so, you know, I try to add a little bit of a mark to show that they're technically separate. But yeah, it's not like they're like super segmented from each other, unless like the person you're trying to draw is like jacked. At least I don't think. But yeah, I also realized that I realized kind of a little issue with how I was drawing the arms. So there's like a muscle on the forearm that kind of snuggles into towards the upper portion of the arm, so in between the bicep and the tricep. So, and I haven't really been including that muscle, so yeah, I basically try to work on my forearms again. That would be the big thing. Yeah, forearms are kind of a nightmare though, so yeah, I think the last anatomy session that I tried practicing, I tried to get a little bit better about twisting the forearms. Not that I've really been doing that. Sorry, not that I've really been doing that properly lately, but yeah, forearms can be a little bit weird. That's at least how it is in my experience. Okay. Alright, so added that detail. Actually, it should probably, okay, there. And, let's look at the sketch right now. It's looking pretty decent. Oh my god, sorry. Kind of. Sometimes I hit this little measuring bar. You can't see it, but okay, you can see it on this side. But sometimes I just keep hitting that, and that kind of flings the canvas around. So yeah, I hate it when I do that. It's really annoying. I think when I get the basic stuff done, I should be able to start worrying more about the smaller details. So basically some of the jewelry and the jewelry, the markings, and all that stuff. Also, I think this is supposed to be like a stylus, so just try to add a little nib. I don't think anyone's gonna notice the nib from the actual whole image though, so. Okay. Yeah, the magical stylus right here. Okay, so I guess like a little bit of a fun fact. I made pancakes this morning, so it's been a while since I made pancakes, and yeah, it definitely feels like a while since I did pancakes because I did like under fried a lot of them. I was trying to figure out how to get it right, so I think the ones at the very end of the process came out alright, but yeah, most of the pancakes were a bit undercooked, so I'll have to keep that in mind for the next time. Yeah, it's partially the reason why I didn't get part of the reason why I didn't really get my my streamer ad done at the usual time. I usually try to get it out by 11, but yeah, so that, and I was rewatching Frieren this morning, so I finished the first series, or not the series, but the season. I really like that. I like the anime quite a bit. I think there's season 2 is coming out like kind of soonish. I don't know, maybe it's probably like next year actually, but I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure. I could be thinking of another anime but yeah, so maybe I can look it up later. But yeah, I was finishing the first season this morning, so it wasn't very efficient, or I guess like productive. Still got to eat some yummy pancakes though. If you drown them in maple syrup, then you can't taste the doughiness. That's the real technique. Yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about pancakes, but I do like them quite a bit. Now, the reason I chose to make pancakes this morning is that I usually tend to go out to get my breakfast on Friday mornings, but right now the county fair is going on, so the place that I usually go for them, I assumed it would be pretty busy because it's really hard to kind of drive down that road when everyone's trying to get into a park. Yeah, I remember getting stuck in the crowd at some point. It's like, oh god, it was awful. Like a couple years ago. I love pancakes, but I can't eat them anymore. Oh, that sucks. Is it like a diet restriction, or you don't have to say if you don't want to? But yeah, that sucks you can't have it anymore. Yeah, low carb, no sugar kind of thing. Oh, I see. That's unfortunate. Yeah. Sorry, I don't really have hopefully you have some tasty foods that you can enjoy now. Or at least like alternatives, I mean to say. Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of wondering if there were like any low carb versions of pancakes, but I'm not sure, so I'm not super knowledgeable about that kind of thing, so I didn't want to make any. I don't necessarily want to make any recommendations about that. Okay, so we're getting there with finishing the sketch. Probably still need to add a few more details. Here I'm kind of marking out the general spots for the tattoos, but yeah, this... Ah, dang it. Sorry, it somehow changed the color on accident, so I just needed to fix that real quick, but... Yeah, I'm trying to mark out the general shapes of the tattoos. I'm not going fully detailed with them, because I feel like it wouldn't really fit my style if they, like, put more illustrations on here, so yeah, I'm just gonna simplify them. But yeah, for now, for the sketch, I'm just gonna mark out where the frames kind of start and end. Yeah, okay, so I'm just trying to get the shape to kind of follow the arm. Okay. I haven't really done any like word sketching in it for a while, so it might look a little funky. It'll probably be okay though, hopefully. Maybe. There are. I see. Well, at least there's that. Yeah. Also, I bought a peach for breakfast too, but I haven't eaten it. Because I was caught up in like sketching, and the pancakes kind of filled me up. I made quite a few. So I had like 7 pancakes actually, or 7 or 8. So a bit more than yeah, it was definitely more than I expected. I don't know, maybe I did kind of expect it. I just didn't expect to be filled up so much. But yeah, I can have the peach later, so. Yeah, I wasn't entirely sure if I needed to peel it or not. Because you don't need to peel peaches, but I don't know, probably want to peel you want to peel the peach. Sorry, I was turning into a tongue twister right then. It's been a while since I had a peach though, so yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna... Yeah, at least I want to cut it up, so with the smaller pieces. Yeah, I can eat the skin. It's just you don't just kind of... It's just not the most pleasant mouthfeel. You know, because I'm sure everyone knows this, but peaches have a fuzzy skin, or like has fuzzy skins, so kind of feels gross in the mouth. Fuzzy, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the term is, but like there's this method that kind of makes these like toys kind of soft, like fleeced or something. I don't think fleeced is the right term, but brusque. I don't know. Like making toys fuzzy, it kind of reminds me of that. Like you're eating like a fuzzy toy. So yeah. Yeah, I probably just need to dig out the vegetable peeler and just kind of deal with that. Sorry, I was just trying to see. I'm reaching the point where I just need to like stop and look, see if I'm missing anything. Almost forgot these like little bands right here, so actually I think these are supposed to be like diamonds. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, reference. Oh yeah, they're like, these are like diamonds. I don't know. I can deal with it later. Like, basically, what I mean to say is like, make them look closer to the reference later, so. I'll probably make them look like they're attached to this string right here. Hopefully that doesn't take too much of the magic out, but yeah, I usually need to like draw out a guide for these kinds of shapes, so. Yeah, you can see it down here, but for the belts, but since these are kind of a little less noticeable, it's probably okay. So let's hide this real quick. Yep. Okay. Looks like we're, yeah, looks like we're coming along. Oh yeah, I almost forgot the shirt details. Boss or something. Yeah, maybe. Fraught. Actually, I wonder. Yeah, I think it's frocking, actually. Just kind of remembered it suddenly. Yeah, I was just thinking about some of those videos of like people kind of collecting those designer toys or little collectible toys, and looking so cute. Yeah. Yeah, trying to remember the term they were using, but yeah, I think it's frocking, so. I know the process of applying frock is actually a little bit crazy from what I've seen. Or just like applying hairs. I watched a few crafting videos a few days ago, but I don't know. I feel like I should probably watch more crafting videos eventually, but yeah, I remember I used to watch a lot of they have like maybe like this electrical gun or something that kind of shoots the hairs straight into onto the figure or something. Like they apply glue to a figure and then just try to put a bunch of little hairs on it. I don't know if that's necessary for frocking actually, but I know some people use that for putting grass and hair down on figures and stuff. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so right now I'm just adding more volume to the line art. I might actually fill in some of the shaded areas with to kind of make them darker. And then I can like eventually when I blend the color in the sketch, I'll actually blend the two colors together to make it more even. So basically try to make the two areas a bit cleaner looking. I guess like kind of clean. Yeah, cleaner would say. Make those sections cleaner, so then we can start adding more of the details then. But yeah, so I'm just filling in some of the darker shadows. Definitely a slower process than like just lining it. So, you know, this piece might take a little bit of time. I do want to be a little bit quicker here because I want to just get faster in general. But yeah, I still want it to like look decent at least. So I think it helps to take a little bit more time in the starting stage actually. Sorry, hold on. The early stages, I mean to say. I gotta stretch. Ugh. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, basically I'm trying to say it's worth it to spend more time on the early stages of a piece. Because basically you're making a stronger foundation for the rest of the image, and that kind of makes the later stages move on a lot faster. Okay. So yeah, I'm just trying to be a little more conscientious of the shadows and stuff. Ambient inclusion too. Maybe clean up some of these areas. Yeah, hopefully it's not too boring to watch, but you know, I'm taking it a bit slower anyways, so. Yep. Okay, so right now I'm just trying to, I don't know if I said it already, but I'm just kind of building up the ambient occlusion for the chains here. This area would usually be more complicated. Of course, I probably need to keep in mind to not make it too complicated because it's not really the area of focus. But of course, the focus point or the area of focus, that's usually going to be, it's usually the area I want to be a little more detailed. Of course, I know in some techniques, like for Yoshi Takamano, an artist that I try to take a lot of inspiration from, sometimes it's like he'll make the face the focus area, or usually the face, that would be the face. That area would actually be relatively simple compared to the rest of the piece. Because I know he tends to apply like a lot of really complicated patterns to his artwork. However, since this is a painting, I'll probably be a little more detailed on the face. Because I usually like to have more details on the face. Okay, so we'll see how it goes. Okay. I will try to add a lot more weight over here. You know, I still like to have lining on my pieces, but it's a much more painterly look, so usually I add the line art for that at the end of the piece. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to add more line weight to the back here so to make it a little more stand out a bit. Then I can probably erase a little bit of the lining here. Right now it doesn't need to be perfect, but you know, it probably won't. Especially since these star diamond things, they're going to be a bit more, they're supposed to be a bit darker. Okay. Hold a second. Nah, it's probably okay. Maybe. Does Dami have a Hiko? Or a flying hair? Cowlick? Okay. You know what? Let's just erase some of these. Basically, extra hair from the top of this. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, I just need to keep zooming out, and because I keep forgetting that I need to erase little bits. Like this one. Okay. Alright. Oh, dang it. Okay. Keep flying around. You know what? I'm going to just check out I have the actual... Okay. Yeah, I have the model reference up here, so it does look like there's another flyaway here. So let me get back to the stream manager. And I'll just kind of put one in. So trying to think about where I want it to go though. So here, nope. I don't know. Do I want it this way or do I want it this way? Okay, I want it back. Okay, I want it this way. So, okay. Since this isn't meant to be a proper line art, it's okay. It's okay if there's like a little bit of messiness. So, try to be a little bit careful with how I put things down. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and it kind of works with the composition because it looks like everything's kind of being pushed back. Okay. Anyways, I'm just going to start marking these out. So, you know, cross-hatch a little bit. I think this is technically called cross-hatching, even though it's not like proper cross-hatching because it's just these lines. Yeah, I know that adding just these like dashes counts as a style of shading, but of course usually when people do that one, that kind of looks a lot cleaner than what I'm doing here. But you know, as I said before, I plan on blending this with the actual shadow color. Okay. So yeah, just kind of blend it all out here. Here too, because this area is a bit shaded. Okay. All right, we're getting there. Just Sorry, I'm just gonna check. You know, I'm thinking maybe I could just actually, I don't know. You know what, I think I will line out the details just because I'm pretty sure it's gonna get drowned out by some of the shading. So I'm probably just gonna have to reapply the yellow over and over, but yeah, I think that'd be a better idea. So I'll try to make it look somewhat clean. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna look perfect though. Okay. So, okay. But maybe I should do a cassowary bird study. A little bit off topic, but yeah, it might be a good idea to do a cassowary bird study with my because since I'd like taken I straight up took some photos. So, oh god, sorry. Don't know if you heard that, but yeah, I took some photos at the zoo, so it would be nice to use those. Ugh, sorry, my nose itches. Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna mark those lines out. Also, sorry I haven't been doing a ton of Gamer Ghost Wednesday. Just haven't really been in the mood. And I really need, like... I keep, like, forgetting to play off stream, because I need to, like, basically collect some, like, I need to grind some of the same monsters, and I feel a little bit awkward doing that on stream. Yeah, I need to, like, grind Nargacuga and Magnamalo a lot, so I can get the proper gear. Okay. Oh my god, my nose keeps itching. Okay, hold on, I'm just gonna turn away for a second. Alright. Okay. Alright. Sorry about that. But yeah, I basically need to beef up. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been practicing Mario Kart either, because I probably mentioned this to a few of you guys, but there's a streamer who does like open lobby Mario Kart nights, so but yeah, I might just come in during the chatting hour just to say hi, because it's been a while, but yeah, it's like I'm so rusty on Mario Kart, and I'm not really someone who enjoys like losing all the time, so yeah, I gotta get good. Okay. It might be fun to... Yeah, I'd say it might be fun to do open lobbies, but I'm not really sure how that would work. Since I'm like someone who does mostly art stuff. Yeah, maybe I should open a Discord before I do stuff like that, so. And have the lobbies take place, or the lobby codes take place on Discord, so there's a less likely to get trolled. I know that's an issue some people face, and probably not a good idea to just completely be open, unfortunately. But yeah, I think that's for a lot later, so. But I guess I was kind of thinking, since I'm mostly an art streamer, maybe I could do a Gartic Phone or something. But I never played Gartic Phone before, so yeah, I'd have to look into that. Sorry, I haven't really been focusing on streaming stuff lately. I love those lips. I'm glad you like them. Yeah, I've just been a bit out of the loop with streaming, so I've kind of hyper-focused a little bit on Art Fight, and then I guess I wasn't that hyper-focused on Art Fight, but I was kind of distracted by that, and then I just kind of been taking a lot of days off for August, so eventually it happens, yeah. Yeah, I just kind of delay a lot of things. Yeah, I guess I'm just not really good with tech stuff and a lot of streaming stuff, so I get kind of overwhelmed when I try to look into them. So a lot of the stuff relating to streaming, I just get kind of... I'm not entirely sure how to go about it. Yeah, things like just like general art, I got a grasp on that because I've been studying art for so long, but outside of that, I get kind of confused. Okay. All right. Hopefully I'll get there eventually. Yeah, I think part of the reason why it took me so long to figure out streaming is just because there's a lot of tech stuff I don't understand. But I figured it out eventually. So here's that. Hold on, I need to look up a reference. Yeah, admittedly, I'm keeping this shirt simplified, or a bit simplified. But okay. Sorry, just checking the chat. Okay. All right, so okay, I'm just gonna mark out the areas where the text should be Not like the shirt's supposed to be that tight, but you know, who doesn't like packs? Oops. Hold on. What am I doing? Oh god. Alright. I think we might be at a good place actually, so yeah, the sketch looks pretty decent. Of course, I'm gonna have to redo some of the effects, but you know, I can do that after I get on with the colors. So peaks. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just taking a little moment to kind of relax. Sorry about that. You know, trying to, you know, just absorb what I'm doing and all that. But yeah, I should be in a good place to start with the coloring. So what I've been kind of doing with the bird paintings basically is I have been sorry, I keep blanking out, but I make a base and then I add the colors to the base. Looks good. Let's go. Yep. Thank you. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to think about what to use as the base color, but I think I'll use this kind of pinkish color as the base. And then, as I said before, I'll add the actual colors to it afterwards. Because it really helps to have like a solid base under the image, because while it does look nice to have it does kind of look nice to have kind of some parts be a little bit see-through in the art. The problem with that is if I want to edit the layers underneath it, it looks bad. Also, if I try to apply, like merge down a layer mode, like multiply or something, then it looks weird when I actually merge it, because it doesn't, not like, because the stuff under the image looks kind of off, or the area under the layer that gets merged changes because it's no longer counted as a multiply for those areas. So yeah, hopefully doing this on so hopefully the base layer makes things look okay. But yeah, so it's going to take a little bit to fill it in, but usually the fill layer isn't too much of a job. Try to keep things a bit rounded too, so it fills in better. But yeah, try to carefully get everything. Get this hair, and this hair. Okay. Try to clean it up. Okay. And I can like handle the filling, or like the fills in sections. It's usually a good idea to do it in sections, because well, it's kind of satisfying to get it all at once. It's kind of, you know, it's a lot easier to miss areas. So you guys will see what I mean when I actually get to it. But yeah, basically doing the fills in sections. Okay. Okay. So, point 2. Okay, keep going over the line. So, and since the lines are so sketchy, I can't really use the reference layer. Technically I can, but it's gonna look really bad. Not the end of the world though. This is how I used to actually do everything. Or how I did the filling. It's just like doing it manually. So like I fill in the edges of the layers and then I just kind of, then I fill it in. Also, the ad break is going to be coming in 5 minutes, so yeah, fair warning. Uh-oh, did I miss something? Oh, I did miss something. Whoops. Hold on. Just a little section. That's the wrong layer. Okay. Sketch. Boop, boop. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's get back to it. So I'll just name this colors for now since it's going to be the bottom layer. Yeah, and I use a clipping mask for the actual colors, so. Okay. So I just kind of take this and fill it in. Okay. Ad break, hold your breath. Just kidding, don't do this, yeah. Yeah, I got the... Yeah, you might be passing out if you try that. Okay. Yeah, sorry, it's getting a little bit quieter right now. Kind of. Just getting a little bit focused in. Locked in, if you... as the kids would say. Okay. But yeah, so... By the way, I guess talking a bit about drinks again, I don't know if I asked you about your favorite tea. Actually, you said it was green and black tea, right? Yeah. Yeah, I kind of mostly think about herbal teas, so I heard that Earl Grey counts as a black tea, but I'm not sure. Can't confirm or deny. I think I forgot to hit the outer edge. I'll just fill in this area. Doesn't have to be perfect, as I said before. I might actually be blending in the... Yeah, I usually blend in the initial sketch with the rest of the image, and then I go over it with a cleaner sketch later on. That's kind of what I've been doing with the birds. The birds. I sometimes combine the black and green tea. I see. I don't think I ever heard of that before, but... it's not like it's illegal to mix teas, I guess. What kind of black tea if you like to drink? Because I imagine there's different varieties, but you know, I don't normally drink tea, so I'm not like knowledgeable about the particulars of tea. Tea-ticulars. Lipton, I see. Hmm. I see. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like quiet, trying to... Yeah, I don't think I usually go for a specific brand. Except for Teavana, back when Teavana used to exist. I think I tend to go... For a while I went to Big Low, or like... Big Low, I think. I think that might be the name, because they had a mint tea that I kind of liked, but nothing fancy. I see. But yeah, I mostly go for coffee. I like Tim Hortons coffee the most, so that's what I usually get. But yeah, I tend to like coffee that has a bit of a stronger taste, so. I think Tim Hortons counts as a stronger tasting coffee. Okay. Hold on. Probably should have included all this. So yeah, I'm gonna start hitting a specific section and then just kind of fill that in. So use the refer to other layers tool, because for some reason the usual, like the generic refer only to editing layer fill tool kind of doesn't fill in quite as cleanly. Like there's usually a ring around the edges. So I don't know if it's supposed to have that or not, but as I said, I'm not really good with tech, so sometimes I combine the mint tea with black tea. I see. Yeah, I like mint tea. I actually tried using some fresh mint peppermint leaves for like tea before, and it wasn't the strongest tasting tea, but it was pretty good. But yeah, I think you're supposed to like dry your leaves out for actual tea. But yeah, that sounds pretty good. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to finish this off because it's gotten pretty cold, and I think I need to switch to the water pretty soon. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let these hairs here be their own section. So try to be a bit, because I feel like it'd be easy to forget about this area because of how complicated it can be. Yeah, try to clean it up a bit. Okay, might be all right. Okay, then from here on out, it's probably going to get a bit simpler. Okay, maybe not these like strings here, but I can probably just fill it in manually. And I went over the sketch. Whoops. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit lightheaded for some reason, and I don't know why. So yeah, sometimes that just happens on stream. I don't know. I don't know if you guys feel that way or not. Yeah, I don't know why I'm feeling lightheaded right now. Okay. Maybe it's not enough water, I don't know. That water's sitting right there, so. Okay, now we can get to the water, so. Okay. Yeah, hopefully it passes, because I was planning on the stream being a little bit longer. Like I want to hit 4 hours, because you know, I have plenty to work on, or I'll work with here, I guess I should say. Okay. I don't know what your guys' preferred time but actually, since the ad break is about to start, I'll probably go on a restroom break pretty quickly, so once it actually hits. It's been kind of lagging lately, hasn't it? Okay. Oh, I used to have wild mint going in the field. I would pick some, squish them up, and toss them in my tea. I see. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, I have some mint in a pot, so I keep it near my tomato plant, so it kind of keeps away some pest. Because I know, like, most animals actually hate mint, apparently. Yeah, apparently, it's exclusively humans who like mint. From what I heard, anyways. It's kind of funny though. But I heard the theory about that is, for humans liking mint, is that apparently it keeps away, or keeps, like, food fresher. I didn't know that, yeah. Or, like, the reason humans kind of like mint is because it kind of... It's kind of like a sign that things are cleaner. I guess. I'm not explaining it very well. It's kind of similar with, like, spicy. Oh, cats love it? Huh, didn't know that. But yeah, it's apparently, like, similar with spicy foods. Because, apparently spiciness is supposed to, like, help keep... kind of kills, like, disease or something. So, a lot of people from, like, warm weather regions might, like, add it to their own food to kind of keep it cleaner. Because I know that in, like, more northern regions, it's easier to keep your food kind of safe to eat because of it's because it's colder, or I guess even, like, the far southern regions, maybe. But yeah, near the equator, people are more likely to eat spicy food from what I've been told. But yeah, I can't say it's like I guess I can't really, like, claim these things, like, solidly, because, I just kind of heard that in the video. It's related to catnip, I see. Yeah, I guess that could be true. I know that our own cats like catnip well enough. I guess I can try testing it out too, like giving one of my cats like a peppermint leaf. Actually, kind of wondering if Candy's in here or not. Haven't really been. Okay, she's in here. I need to take care of my suitcase. Sounds a little off topic, but Candy has been using my suitcase as a bed. But it's kind of, the suitcase is kind of in the way because it's right in front of my bookshelf. Also, the ads never came, did they? Huh. Maybe I should check the stream manager. Huh. Yeah, I don't know if the ads ever came on. I guess you guys got away without having to watch ads then. But okay, sorry, I'm trying to get the right tab open, but oh, they did? Okay. They didn't show up on the ad screen didn't show up on my OBS tab, so usually OBS will tell me when the ads are running, so I guess I didn't do that for some reason. The Red Bull one was pretty funny. Oh, I see. Yeah, sorry about that. I was supposed to take my my actual break along with the ads, but yeah, I kind of have to, like, take a short break, but I'll do that after I fill this in, and then, because I usually probably should only be like a minute or two, but yeah, I need to use the restroom, so. I also might need to, that's cool, okay. I also still have my Cliff bar, so, like those, like, protein bars that they sell. I need to, like, start munching on that. I actually meant to munch on it last Tuesday, but my mom came in with donuts, so I didn't need and a cinnamon roll, so I didn't really need to eat it. But yeah, I need to get a new box of those pretty soon. Oops. Okay, keep going over the line. Yeah, maybe the reason I feel lightheaded is just hunger. I don't know. Yeah, those pancakes were filling for the time being, but I guess it's already like 3:40, so yeah, I'm probably just getting hungry. So yeah, I had the pancakes at like 10, so. Okay. Yeah, I'm almost okay, here we are. Dang it. Okay, there's a hole somewhere. Usually helps. Hold on. Oh, it's supposed to be there. Okay, gotta look for the hole. Where is it? There it is. I see it. Okay. There we go. Okay. And just check everything. Let's see if it looks alright. Of course, with how sketchy this is right now, it probably doesn't really, it's not really a big deal, but yeah. Nom. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you had them or not, but they taste alright. I'm not always the biggest fan of protein bars, but they're alright. Yeah, I like the brownie one a lot, but there wasn't any brownies when or the brownie ones weren't there when I had to replace them, but okay, I'm going to go on my short break right now, so, you know, I'll be back really quick. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Okay. Yep, I return. Okay, okay, open art. Just let me get my headphones back on, so take a good drink of my water. Okay. And open up my protein bar, so yeah, I'll have to pick up a new one this weekend, so yeah. Okay, so sorry, I'm just trying to put my drawing glove back on, so yeah, I can eat, you know, eat one-handed, so yeah, usually it's not like I draw don't draw one-handed usually, but actually it's a little bit of a two-hand process if I'm like doing it traditionally, just because I tend to hold down the paper. But yeah, I don't have that issue with the tablet, so. You know, I was talking about food again. I was thinking about getting some strawberry applesauce, but I kind of technically already have a jug of applesauce, but it's been so long since I opened that. I'm kind of worried it's gone bad. Yeah, I'm so bad about eating applesauce, man. Like I like the stuff, but it's just kind of, I always forget to finish it, so I guess I'm kind of like that with a lot of food, unfortunately. I feel kind of bad about wasting it, but Yeah.
without salt. Breath was just
I think the thing that it kind of really, or like the, sorry, I was kind of considering getting, yeah, I said like, I don't know if I said strawberry applesauce, but yeah, that was kind of what I was tempted to get, but you know, they only sell it in those like little cups. And I'm not really a fan of eating from the little cups because it just doesn't feel like very substantial. But I know that usually the cups are meant for like little kids, so yeah. But the strawberry sauce sounds like kind of tasty, to be honest. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's take a bite. Hold on. That sounds like it started halfway through a list. Okay. Yeah, that's near the end. Whoops. Hold on. All right. Okay, so this was obviously the easiest part because it's... All right. We're getting there, everyone. I'm just gonna flip it around again. And I'm just gonna start sorry. And ums. And ahs. And okay. So right now okay, right now I'm just clip bar in my throat, my god. Okay. Sorry. Right now I'm kinda adding some variation to this layer. Why is it getting redder? Okay. Sorry, I was hitting that with the blue, but it just turned redder as a result. Okay, you know what? But yeah, right now I'm just adding variation in the base color, so right now I'm just going in with some blues. So, especially namely around the areas that are farther away, because the color blue kind of pushes things away from the viewer. Oh my god. Okay, that went down the wrong pipe. But yeah, blue kind of pushes things away from the viewer, while warm colors, specifically yellow, actually kind of sticks out more to the viewer. Okay. But yeah, so I thought it'd make look kind of nice, but yeah, we're reaching the point where we're going in with actual colors, so I think I will use the dry gouache for this one. Sorry, I know that's a bit different, so yeah, it's a little bit pinker than I'm used to, so I might just, hopefully Dami doesn't mind me if I just warm this up a little bit. Okay, it's still really pale, so yeah, it's a bit purpley. I know Dami goes pretty hard with the color modes and stuff, so I have this actual character ref open, so on a tab, so I'm just gonna post it. Oh, boom. Yep. Okay. Let me check real quick. Okay, it's a little bit off-white, so. Okay, I'll take the colors from the model reference, and let me get back to the Twitch. So, alright. So I'll erase some of this. But yeah, the dry gouache is one of the, sorry, like I feel like I go blank all the time. Dry gouache is actually one of the default brushes for Clip Studio. And I'm just changing the texture mode to from the canvas. And it has kind of a stronger, or applies colors a bit more strongly than the stuff I usually use. So right now I'm just kind of going a little bit heavier on the skin. I'll erase bits of it when I might erase bits of it to kind of show some of the undercolor, but yeah, right now I'm just kind of applying the base color. Will be the first. I usually apply skin. Yeah, I like to apply the skin color first. So. Okay. Especially, and then I'll add the other stuff later on. Okay. So here's this, and I'll actually take the original purple and I'll add that in. Okay. Yeah, and I can reapply the effects when I'm later on, but I usually like to start with the local color, local tone. So local tone is basically the base color to something. Okay. And I'll make a much more purpley shadow and apply it to the shaded areas. Oops. And I'll miss this spot. So right now I'll just go with this basic purple, and then I can add more of a variety to the specific area. Okay. Numb. Okay, and then I'll fill in the belly button and basically all the darker areas. Actually, I think I want the shadow to be darker, so you know, it wouldn't hurt to use my actual main brush. Yeah, now that I look at it, it tends to apply colors pretty strongly. So maybe this actually goes harder than the gouache brush. Yeah. Usually I like to add kind of lighter shadows, but you know, since this piece is meant to be a bit more dramatic, it's probably better if I just go harder with the shading. More like high contrast and all that. Because it kind of looks like this image is Dami experiencing their power for the first time, I think. I don't know if that's the original intention or not, but yeah, a little bit of a look of wonder. So you know, if it were like more dramatic, then even harder shadows might be appropriate. But you know, I'm bound to kind of lighten these up later on, anyways, with when I start adding more light sources to it. Usually it's good practice to kind of start with just one light source, and then, at least in digital art, it's kind of, you want to do that. And I know in other mediums you gotta work on all of them at the same time, but yeah, since with digital art you can like edit things whenever you want, that's usually a recommended technique. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go over the shadow line a little bit. And right now I'm going ahead and just kind of adding this pink here. So I'll probably need to darken it a bit later, but maybe. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably need a saturation layer pretty soon. So basically, for those who don't know, a saturation layer is basically I make well, technically it's a type of layer mode that kind of affects the saturation of the entire piece, but what I like to use it for is kind of like making everything black and white, so it's easier to see my values in the image. That's something you usually want to keep in mind is the values, so like how much light grays or dark gray, how light, yeah, how light and dark your piece is, especially since it's usually recommended to have a higher contrast in your illustration. Of course, it's not like the hardest, like a hard rule all the time, but yeah, that's usually, yeah, having a stronger contrast kind of makes things feel more complete and just gives the image a stronger look. But of course, as I said before, that's not you don't always have to do that, so. Okay. Admittedly, I think a lot of the stronger contrast here is probably built into the character design, so I probably don't have to worry about it too much. Okay. But yeah, right now I'm adding some base shadows. Especially since it's probably going to be easier to do it now than later. Okay. Yeah, so admittedly for a lot of my art pieces in the past, I tended to keep everything on separate layers, so I don't normally do everything on just one layer. So technically it won't just be one layer, but the base colors and stuff will be on one layer, so yeah, the layer count definitely shoots up when I start to play with the layer modes again. Basically the multiply layer, the overlay layer, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, for now I will be focusing on one or two layers. So of course the background is going to be on a separate layer too. A light shadow to the ear right here. Honestly, I'm just covering up the entire ear at this point. Not really getting hit with the main light source, I don't think, so maybe it is, but actually probably it is. Probably is, but I think I accidentally made the ear kind of pull back a lot more. It has been awesome to watch this so far. I'm heading off to start my own stream, but I cannot wait to see more. Alright, good luck on your own stream, so. I guess you're starting early today, or? But yeah, have a good day. Hopefully I can show up and eventually. But yeah, I am planning on going for 4 hours, so. But yeah, I'll see you later. Hopefully. Actually, at that, I should probably, put up a streaming reminder just so people know I'm still live. Alright. Oh, okay, no. Ugh. Dang it. Yeah, I don't remember first, so I have to hold this in. Okay. Alright. I'll hide this for now. Yeah, I'll hide the skin layer for now and just kind of, because it kind of looks really messy without the other stuff, but yeah. Sorry, this shouldn't take too long, but I'll just copy and paste it to the blue sky and then go live. Yeah, I have to do all this one-handed now, so it's like, no, no, it's so annoying. Can't believe I dropped my poor wrapper. Don't really want to just, you know, the inner side kind of fell face down, so I can't really use it for my protein bar now. But yeah, so you know, I set up a reminder. So hopefully people will see me, and I will go back to the stream manager and us. Okay. All right. Okay, that's the wrong window. Sorry about this, guys. Okay. Yeah, I'm already unclipping that. I'm already on Clip Studio. I just feel a little bit goofy right now. Okay. Also, I almost forgot about the arm right here, so. Gotta remember to shade this. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit quiet, so sorry about that. I'm just kind of showing my bar. Trying not to starve to death and all that. Only had a couple of donuts yesterday, and I guess some technically some snacks, so I'm not really so that's actually probably a big reason why I had no energy yesterday, but. Okay, let's just get through the fingers real quick. Okay. I guess since Dami is technically streaming today, I'll be able to rate them, so there's that. But yeah, I'll be I am still kind of aiming for another hour, so because it's since I've been streaming so little lately. Okay, so I'm gonna start. Actually, let's look at the reference image real quick. Yeah, the shadings. Okay, I still think that most of the shading is coming from here, so I'll just be trying to be a bit careful. I'm also being a bit light because I think the face is mostly getting hit head on, so. Yeah, I'm not ready to go hard with the facial shadows right now. I'll go harder later on, but right now I'm just trying to keep it gentle. I still have to like apply things like the undertones and all that. Okay. But yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, sorry, being a little bit quiet because I'm trying to finish this bar off, so. Okay. Alright. Okay, let me just add some details to the face. Yeah, I'll get on with it pretty soon. Hopefully, maybe. Yeah, I tried to finish it complete it as an actual sketch, or get the painting part, or get to the painting part. Sorry, it's like I just shoved this thing in my mouth, so, yeah. Okay. Yeah, trying to finish that off. Okay, so Yeah, I'm just trying to be soft with this. I think I want to add some more undertones here. It's been a long time since I actually painted another person. Or a human, I guess. Or I painted them like this, I think. I guess it hasn't been that long, just because of the... Yeah, now that I think about it. But I just add a little bit blue to the lower face, a little bit yellow to the upper face. At the forehead, I mean. Okay. Yeah, just throw some more colors around, so maybe a little bit blue. Okay. You know, for the visual interest and all that. I also forgot to figure out the color in a certain area, so. But yeah, hopefully I'm sure the other areas will be a lot faster, mostly. I realized that the hair is going to be a bit more work, actually, so. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to actually do the hair on a separate layer for now, just because I think it'd be a bit easier to handle. And I should probably use this, so. Okay, I know that some of these hairs are actually like pink, so, or they start out pink, so. I'm gonna kind of try to follow this properly, but. Okay, so. Yeah, it's like, oh god. Okay, I think most of them end with the pink, and then a couple are the opposite, or a few are the opposite, so. I'll start with okay, I'll start with this color, and then I'll build off that later, so, yeah. So hold on, everyone. And I'm trying to be a little bit careful, just so it kind of comes out properly. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to be a little bit cleaner, so. Right. Yeah, and I can I'll add the bright pink in afterwards. I also forgot about the makeup, whoops. Yeah, good thing this is on a separate layer, because I need to work on that. Okay. They got a nice saturated purple, so. I don't think I usually work with like strong purples as a local tone, so. Like I start adding the more saturated tones later on, I think. Usually with overlay. Or add glow. But yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different than what I'm used to. Okay. So we got that end, and should probably clean up around here. Yeah. And thankfully these are behind the chest, so it's not gonna be, don't have to be that careful with it. Okay. Yeah, and the side I think is like less detailed in general, so shouldn't be too hard to put up with. But yeah, hopefully I'm able to just get start blending in into the shadows eventually. Okay. You know, basically. Oh my god. Yeah, basically get pretty far, hopefully. Okay. Alright. You know, I kind of wonder if I want to do it like my own DTIYS, like one of my character, but I'm not sure what the event should be about. Like if it should be for raffle or not. Or just for the hell of it. Because I'm not actually sure if anyone's really interested in joining one, but yeah, I have to ask, I guess. Because it kind of sounds fun to post, but yeah, I'm not sure. Oh my god, sorry, it's budged a little bit. Okay, my like toolbar, I mean. I don't really like how it when it moves around, so I try to put it back. Okay, so, oops. But yeah, I think the coloring is going to be a bit slower than I thought it would be. Yeah, I just like looking how complicated this character is. Alright. But yeah, so a little while ago I think I like flashed on something onto the screen with I was thinking about doing starting another piece for like a pigeon guy. Not like an actual like pigeon heartbeat, but a long time ago I had a dream. I guess kind of like a weird dream, and I ended up basing an OC off that dream, so yeah, it's basically the character that I played was thinking of drawing out. I think the original character had the blonde hair, though. I think I'm going to give him a gray hair, actually. Or more grayish hair. Because I thought it'd be a little more interesting. Okay. 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 Yep, we're getting there. Hopefully I can capture the ombre properly, because I know that's one thing I kind of struggle with the in-character art. It's just the ombres. Like, I used to give a lot of characters like ombres. Like, basically the hair turning into a different color or shade, but yeah, I have a hard time like painting that in. So generally that's the issue I have with the patterns, but like I kind of lose the pattern there. But hopefully I can keep it in properly. Probably depend a little bit more on the multiply layer, because multiply is pretty good for that. Okay. Zooming out. Okay. So let's get this hair in. I'm not sure if I caught the right color, so it looks just more like a soft paint. Yeah, I want this fuchsia color. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to start adding this to... Yep, just kind of carefully putting it in. Okay. Just kind of painting it in, actually. Just kind of careful. And what I think for the shading layer, or since I'm supposed to add shading at the same time, I think what I want to do is lower the opacity of my current brush and kind of put in some blue, so like kind of a strong aquamarine type of blue, like the dark blue, I guess I could say. Like, you know how like, for those who know the digital color wheel, the dark blue that you kind of see there. I don't think I'm doing this hair right, actually. Oops. Hold on. Okay. You know, yeah, I keep telling myself it doesn't have to be perfect. But hopefully, I'm sure Dami won't mind. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and these hairs right here, they're supposed to be like fuchsia colored, so. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I will be filling this in. Oh. Yeah, we're getting there, everyone, don't worry. Okay. We got, try to be a little bit softer right here. Do it right here. Ombres are not my forte. No, no. No, no. Okay. So we're getting there, everyone. Alright. Okay, so. So we add this in. Maybe make it a little bit stronger on this side. Yeah, I still need to add the background, actually. Yeah, I don't think I want to go over 4 hours just because it'll definitely kick my butt. So if I do that, so if I don't get to it, I won't get to it. You know, I can like do the 2 streams of this probably. Okay. Not the end of the world. Maybe, hopefully. Imagine if the world ends just because you didn't finish a piece. Okay, hold on. Okay. Turn this up. Red violet right here, so. And it looks like the fabric is the same color, so. Yeah, let's just try to get let's just try to get most of the base colors done first, and then I can actually move on to the shading. I mostly did it for the skin first, because you know, because the skin has so many like tones to it. Okay. Yeah, coming. Trying to get it in there. Alright. And splash around this redder version. Alright. Yeah, I can't tell anything was added. Okay, let's just go to the top here. Looks like it's about the same color. I think the first version of the top was actually a bit bluer, or more of a blue violet. Maybe not blue violet, but just like general violet, actually. No, it's kind of a reddish violet, so. Yeah, just looking at the color wheel. But that's fine. Alright. Okay. So I just gotta... Sorry, I'm being a little bit quiet. I'm just trying to go into focus mode, if you would. Alright, alright. But yeah, I guess talking about an earlier topic, I feel like maybe I can just ask about the DTIYS. Kind of wish that Blue Sky had like poles already. The pole would be a good idea. Yeah, I don't know if there's actually like other options for it, but it's probably easier to just ask about it. Sorry, sorry I pooped. Chris needed help with something. Okay, that's fair enough. Thanks for coming back. Yeah, right now I moved on to the coloring stage, so... Yeah, hopefully I can get the colors done before the end of the stream. I don't think I can go on... Oh, man, you got far. Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I don't think I can go on for more than 4 hours, so... I'm just gonna try to get as much as I can done today. And I can probably continue this on another stream. Maybe. Yeah, maybe jump between this and another piece. I still want to do that sunflower themed piece that I was thinking about, but the main issue with that one is that I'm not entirely sure what I want the actual subject to be. Because I know I do want like a sunflower field during the sunset or golden hour, but yeah, something with like a lot of yellow, but I just don't know what the subject should be, so I don't think it makes sense for a merman to be there, so yeah, it's probably off the list. Kind of wondering what kinds of birds would like to be in a sunflower field. Maybe like a, I'm kind of thinking like crows, but I don't know if crows would actually go for sunflowers or not. I know crows like peanuts, but also just like sunflowers are so big, or like, not sure if sunflowers are big enough for like a whole crow on it. Sunflower merman would be kind of cute, yeah. Yeah, it'd definitely be different. It's just I was just imagining an art piece that's like in the middle of a field, so not really the most merman friendly environment. Yeah, like imagine a merman kind of just like dragging himself out into a field. Make it merman friendly? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not necessarily that attached to a merman, sunflower merman. I was actually kind of considering like maybe a centaur, but you know, horses are hard to draw, so I'm not necessarily that big of a centaur person, but yeah. Yeah, I'll just have to sit on it. Okay. But yeah, I feel like a bird might be cute, so or another harpy, I should say. I don't know. Okay. Looks like we're starting to look more complete. This is okay. This looks specifically like black. I don't really want to work with full on black or full on white. Horses are hard to draw. Yeah. I tried to like study them or like practice drawing horses about like a little over a year, maybe a year and a half ago, and it didn't really work out. So yeah, it's I think the hardest thing for me with horses is just like the proportions. Because they always end up like looking like really wonky when I draw them. If I like focus on a specific area, usually the legs, I don't mind drawing the legs. It's just every other part of the horse. Also the heads. The heads are pretty hard. But I guess I'm someone who kind of struggles with capturing proportions properly anyways. Like I noticed that some of my birds have kind of awkward proportions, but they're usually not that noticeable or that big of a deal. Like, I think I generally just draw the head a bit too big, so. But it's not like a big enough deal to like hurt the actual image, so. But yeah, with horses it feels like a lot more of an issue. But yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna look at the image. I think I might want to splash a little bit more of a cooler purple around. Just cause. So I'm gonna make this a bit darker. I'll blend it in with the main color, but yeah. Also, I think I might be a little bit allergic to horses too. So, not quite on topic, but my grandma kind of hangs out on a ranch or like a horse, sort of like a horse sporting area or house, I guess. And she kind of helps take care of one of the horses because the owners don't really take care of the horse properly. So she kind of takes care of the horse, and I've come over and like visited that horse a couple of times, and I kind of realized that I felt like super itchy after I went there. So Yeah, I think I might be allergic to a horses, which kind of sucks because no, they're very pretty animals. Also, there's another ad break coming. Just a fair warning. But yeah. I've also tried to draw cows, but those have the same issues as horses, I think. Yeah, actually. Yeah, because one of the world building projects that I have, like most of the characters live in a country that's like very like that's basically just a giant prairie, and there's like a ton of cows there, so it's like I thought I'd try to learn how to draw cows, but all the cows that I draw look so ugly. Like they just look so bad. But yeah, so basically the other animal. Oh god. Sorry, I just noticed an issue. I'll deal with it later. Yeah, I forgot to add the markings. Though to be fair, I think Dami forgot the markings too, so oh well. I'll add them later. Okay. Okay. But yeah. But yeah, I think I'd like to stick with birds for the time being. Okay. Well, let's just... Probably should have done this after the glove. So, oops. Okay, it looks like the glove is actually more of a purple or lighter color, so let me try to add this in real quick, because I think yeah, I didn't put it here, and I'll just I won't worry about this too much, just because I'll go over it again. Yeah, so I almost forgot about that. Okay. But yeah, I think I'm gonna apply some of the rest of the basic shadows on a separate layer, so it'll be a bit easier to deal with. And then I'll start blending things together to make it a little more unified. Okay. Yeah, I'll continue it off stream, and then I think some of the later stage stuff I can do next Tuesday while I try to plan out some future art pieces. Yeah, it'll work. Okay. Okay, here's this line. Now I can go on to the next part, so should be let's add the gloves. So okay. Yeah, especially with how detailed this character is. Okay. You know, as I was saying before, I gotta build up a decent foundation. Probably need to remind myself of that too, so try to force myself not to rush too much on these earlier stages. Okay. So there's this. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Hold on a second. I'm gonna take this peachy color and I will stick it back here right now. Oh, the ad break should be starting, by the way, so don't know if there's another delay or not, but yeah. Okay. Okay, first off, I should just add some purple and maybe some blue back here, so make it a little darker. Okay, maybe I'll smidge over here at the very edges. Of course, a bit of warmth, and I can add or work on it more later, so. Or I guess I should say develop it further. Okay. Alright, so I got that. Okay, I'm just wondering what I should do about the diamonds. Oops. Nope. Keep. Stop. Okay. Okay. It looks like it would be similar to the black color, but I'm not sure if it really wants to be absolute black, so maybe I can make a darker shade of purple. Yeah, hopefully this will work out. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I accidentally used the G pen. Yeah, and it seems like they get lighter at some sections, so I'll have to think about that later. Okay. Yeah, so we're grinding this for the rest of the artwork, so still got a little bit of water, so I don't need to take a break. Okay. 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 Yeah, maybe I won't be able to reach the blending stage after all, but I guess that part can be started off stream. I do want to get most of the basics, the basic colors put down. So try to be a little more confident in my brush strokes right here, because basically I move things a little faster. But yeah, I also want to add more detail to the background, so basically it's sort of abstracted, but yeah. Right now it's just basic colors, but I can probably darken it up like the original piece a bit more. Okay. And finally fill this in. Okay. Yeah, some of the more. I say like, yeah. I just remembered I need to do these like rings too, and the shirt too. And, you know what? Let's just get back to work on the face. So I've been neglecting a certain area. Okay, and I'll do it on a separate layer just to start out. But yeah, it looks like there's going to be quite a bit of eyeshadow right here, so. Alright, welcome back anyone who is stuck behind the ad wall. Right now, I just remembered that I need to apply the makeup, so I'm going to be dealing with that right now. So, yeah, right now I'm putting down the eyeshadow, and I will be also applying lipstick, of course. This is actually too much right here. I don't think there's supposed to be this much eyeshadow. But yeah, I'll just brush on a little bit over the eyelid right here, and then I will blend it out a bit. And please, okay. I'm trying to find a small enough smooth watercolor brush. So for those who don't know, the smooth watercolor is part of the Clip Studio paint. And I just happen to like to use it for blending, because I think it, I always like smooth blending anyway. Otherwise I use the wet bleed blender, which is also a default brush. Okay, part of me feels like the eyeshadow could be a bit darker, but that might be something to add for the shading. Okay. So yeah, let's just go ahead and start working on the lips, and then I'll be able to worry about other stuff. So I'm gonna actually try to have a stronger color for the lips. Or use the G pen since it's not really opaque at all. Okay, yeah, and I gotta actually, now that I think about it, I need to work on the inner mouth and the sclera. There's also the irises too. Okay. Yeah, the bottom lip I tend to make the bottom lip really thick, so I'm not sure if I might actually erase part of the lipstick and I'll just soften it so it kind of still looks like it's part of the lip. I might actually have to erase up the line down here, maybe. Let's see. Okay, let's blend it out a lot more. So. Yeah, I'm sure it'll look okay once I actually get to the shading, but maybe not the initial step of shading, but the more detailed rendering. But yeah, I'm gonna move that up slightly. Okay. Anything else? Might be okay for now. But yeah, I might actually, okay. Probably use some more of the lips. Maybe apply a little bit more of the lipstick. Oops, that is not the right layer. Shit. Okay. 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 That looks alright. So I'm just kind of looking at my work. And I'll just go ahead and merge down. So next, let's get the, I'll just do the basic color of the iris for now, because there's a lot of detail here. So looks like it's kind of pink, at least at the bottom section. But yeah, I would prefer to start with that. Of course, first I should put down the sclera, so I'm just using a basic gray for now. This actually would be the shadow color, so yeah, I can probably just mix in the whites in real quick. So and I make the sclera color like white or a little bit yellow, because I think that's eyeballs are technically a bit yellow. I mean, they're made of like lipids, which are aka fats, aka which are like kind of yellowy. You know, that's what I learned in biology anyways, so. You know, I took biology a few times, usually like high school and then community college. But yeah, I'm just gonna fill this in as a pink for the time being. And I can move on later. Okay. But yeah, I'm like 20 more minutes, so. Okay. Honestly, it's not too bad right now. Trying to remember what other colors we want to use. So it looks like we got on one hand it looks purple, and the other hand it looks blue, so I guess I can probably use this. Okay, it's blue actually, so hopefully I can, yep. Sorry, I had to zoom in and hit the exact correct pixel right there. Okay. And right now I'm just kind of using the G pen. Of course, I realized I need to Don't remember which one's correct. Whoops. Okay, hold on, guys. I got it. Sorry, I gotta look up the reference. Okay, the thumb and the switch between the hands. So, yeah, I just went ahead and looked up the reference on online because I didn't want to zoom back out. Okay. So, got this right here. And try to get everything looking alright. Okay. And I'm not sure if I should add the yellow details quite yet or not. Yeah, I might actually hold off on the shirt details for the time being so I could focus on the main shadows and then... Oops, I did not mean to... wasn't supposed to do that, sorry. Yeah, pink and pink. Okay. Make it a little bit lighter. Whoops. Yeah, my brain went a little bit blank right then, so... Okay, so we can do the other hand, and this, so this is pink, pink, and pink. And this will be blue and blue. Okay, yeah. Make sure not to make the same mistake over again. Okay, so... We're getting there, folks. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get as far as I intended to, but it's not like it's the worst place to be. So, but yeah, I might work on this a little bit after stream, maybe later tonight, just so because I feel like if I don't, then we're gonna be here for a while. So, yeah. Actually, kind of wondering if I should wait on the tattoos too. So, yeah, I can just focus on the skin layer and then I can add them later. Yeah, sometimes it's just easier to wait for the final details. Then you can actually apply maybe a darker version of the color, than the lighter area where the light hits. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I forgot what I was going to do. Oh god. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to grab some of this yellow, so I am going to do the chains right now though, so. Yeah, at least we're coming along, so. So it should mostly look done by the end of the stream. I'll also edit the sketch a bit, so. Before the great merge. Yeah, maybe I can go ahead and merge before the actual for the main shadows, because it won't be too big of a deal. Yeah, doing the blending though, I want to wait on that one until after the basic shadows. So yeah. Okay. Now, of course, I'll probably look for some specific details first in case there's more gold after the if I have to think about more gold details or not. Yeah, I'm just not sure if there's supposed to be a gold edge on the pants, but I don't think there is. But yeah, so I'll just check for smaller details real quick and then change the color and then do the merge and all that. Yeah, I was thinking of doing more of a ultramarine for the sketch colors, since I think that would be cool looking. I may actually have it as some sort of gradient between those two colors. Yeah, maybe blue on the dark side, and then on the lighter side I can make it a warmer color. At least on skin, make it a warmer color, because yeah, I think the skin should have a warmer color actually, but yeah, the hair would do really nicely with the dark blue. Okay, so let's just do our little checkup real quick. Okay, I don't think there's that kind of detail then. Yeah, no, actually there's a little bit of detail right there. Okay. Have black lines on the very edge. Sorry, I realize my voice is starting to give out. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can't go past 4 hours, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think everyone else is doing something else anyway, so. Alright. I guess it's alright. Okay. Alright. I think that might be okay to stop right there, so. We can move on to the, oops, okay. Control C, V, so I'm gonna make a copy of the sketch. Well, first I'll merge these two down. But yeah, I made a copy of the sketch, and then I'll make another copy. And what I want to do is, you know, blur it a little bit. So, yeah, it's kind of blurred, and then I'll lower the opacity of the blurred version. Okay. See how like dark I actually want it to be or not. Yeah, I'll leave it at 42. So I'll merge these, and then I'll add a color layer. So have really like the really strong blue. You guys will see it in like a moment, but I'll put that down as the base, and then take care, hydrate. Okay. Thanks for the reminder. Okay. Yeah, I still have a little bit of water left, thank God. But since the stream is over, or not over quite yet, but the stream will probably be over pretty soon, so I can get more water afterwards. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna put some a warmer color over here, so, and the hands too. But yeah, I want hitting it with the strong blue right now. I'll lower the opacity so it isn't quite as intense, but over here I'll have it actually be a lot redder. And go over a bit of it with on the abs too, so. And the pets, and maybe the chin right here. Yeah, the edge of the face. Okay. Also, hello, Super. How's the art going? It's going all right. I hope your day is going well. You actually hit the tail end of the stream today, so I'll probably be raiding out in probably like 10 minutes. So right now I'm still kind of putting things together, so kind of thinking about what to do next. Yeah, I think I'll add some of the details, so like the flying magic stuff. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, busy days here in the Netherlands. I see. Yeah, hopefully it's not too rough on you. Yeah, work has been kind of a little bit tough lately, but I finally caught up on some of the returns, so. Okay, it's too late. Sorry, I'm trying to choose a good color for the magic strings. I guess I'll lower the opacity, so, you know, blur it, lower the opacity eventually, but right now I am just kind of marking them out, so, okay, that's too thick. Yeah, the flying magic strings. Okay, this one's a bit thicker. I'm gonna go over this one twice, so add a little more variation to the thickness. Okay, and make this a little bit thicker right here, so it's looks a little bit better. Yeah, I hope it's starting to cool down a bit. I know it's been hot lately for a lot of people over here, but well, actually, this week has been pretty cool. But yeah, I heard it might have been hot somewhere else. Okay. But yeah, so right now I'm just doing a DTIYS, which is a draw this in your style for a streamer friend of mine. They were here earlier, but now they're doing their own stream, so I think I'm gonna raid them because we usually tend to stream at like wildly different times, so. Yeah, I don't often get to hop into their stuff. So I'm trying to figure out which is the... Okay, I think this one is the one that goes behind. No. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out this line right here. Oh, yeah, actually. So the back line should end here, so... No. And then there should be a line in the front, and that will be the... I'll make this at below. And then try to... And this one in the... Oops. This one should be in the front area, so... At least the front of the main body, I think that one. I don't know about the hand, though, is the thing. Okay, yeah. I'll have it be behind the hand, so erase part of this. And yeah, so yeah, I'm not gonna, yeah, not as far as I was hoping, but I've still got pretty decent. I think I got like a decent amount of progress done, so you know, I'd probably do this again on Tuesday and then probably move on afterwards, because I still have a lot of ideas that I need to worry about, so. But you did good, looking awesome, thank you. Yeah, I feel like I'll be okay, so yeah, I'll probably like make the background kind of darker like the original, but you know, I kind of wanted these lighter colors that's sort of like a little bit of a base, so yeah, I'll do the darker parts like in a painterly way, but yeah, so no, I think this is a good place to stop for the time being, and let's go ahead and look for a raid. I'm probably just raiding Dami, because yeah, as I said before. Okay, yeah, there's them. Alright. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out what they're drawing. Okay. Sad boy hours? Okay. Alright, bye-bye. Yep, thank you. Thanks for coming. But yeah, let's just go ahead and raid Dami, but... Okay. So let's write their name out. DamiDraws. And yeah, so thank you for everyone for coming. I hope your day goes well. Okay, let's just hit the command up. Just a reminder, I stream normally on Tuesdays and Fridays at 1 p.m. for art streams, and I might come back to gaming streams next week, so I haven't really been in the mood lately, but yeah, I'll eventually. And hope your day goes well. All right, and see ya. There it is.
Oh, hey! Hello, Varia. Hello, Raiders.